desperation moves.
Go. Oh, I'm not falling for that again. Pretty please? Oh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. Today we're playing the spectacular spider memes, exaggerated swagger for the PS5.
I mean,
over-exaggerated
swagger of an average black teen.
Oh my god. I can't believe that was an actual
quote. I thought that was a parody quote when I first saw that.
Oh, I thought so too. My brother showed it to me. It was a real review quote.
From a GameSpot review. A GameSpot video review. Would you like a recap of the events leading up to this moment? Last time on Spider-Man.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Do you want
Goku goes Super Saiyan. Matsuri-Kan takes over Columbus, Ohio. Then Goku even tries. Mountain Dew. It's over 9,000. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Frieza's attacking. Cell's attacking. Majin Buu's attacking. Oh, the world is going to be destroyed in less than 60 seconds. I gotta look into memorizing that whole sketch, because that bit with Kyle A. Bear and the Nostalgia Critic was amazing. Well, anyway, let's get your thing booted up. By the way, Alex, you may want to make sure that the the music volume is low enough so that we don't get flagged for copyright.
They can suck nuts.
Anyway, it's time for me to start streaming.
So trippy.
Hello, ladies and germs on YouTube. Welcome to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Are we, though?
Yes. So, bad news is, because my Wiimote decided it wanted to unalive itself, I have to play this, because I need to grind an XD Gale of Darkness. Tell me, what good are you? You still haven't taken care of that Mario character. Well, yes, sorry, but only because he's tougher than we thought at first. You do understand that we X-Nauts must open the door first, do you not?
Upgrade to Ultimate Edition.
Well, rest assured that I will definitely nail him next time. We have prepared a weapon that will bring him to a quick and certain end.
I trust your words, though I rapidly lose my patience.
Just leave it to us, sire.
If you previously purchased a physical copy of the Ultimate Edition, you can redeem your voucher code for Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered below. If you do not have an Ultimate Edition code, use the purchase option to upgrade. I own the original Spider-Man Game of the Year edition, and it's better than Spider-Man Remastered.
Yeah.
Because you don't have...
Let's away, my lovelies. Marilyn, Vivian, who is totally a dude and not a chick.
Dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. Anyways, so I'm going to be playing on amazing difficulty. For some reason, spectacular is above amazing.
Recently over the weekend, I have been very painfully informed of the fact that
there's some localization issues with this particular version.
Yeah, because
Vivian
in the original Japanese version is a guy, an androgynous guy, whereas in the English version, and Vivian's a girl. In the Italian version, Vivian is trans.
Kevin, do you have your microphone closer to your mouth or something?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because for some reason, I had your audio turned up to 140%, but...
Why?
139%.
Dude,
I think there was an issue.
why?
I think there was an issue where like I couldn't hear you over the game at some point, but then and like now I just when I was listening to you, it was like spiking in my mixer here, so I had to turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gender politics vultures have decided it's a great idea to circle around Paper Mario with current news of the re-release.
Yeah, because
and
talk and honestly, it's like even though supposedly this was a big deal back when the game first came out, I'm like, why have I never heard of this until
let's be fair here.
Literally just a few days ago.
Let's be fair here. It's probably an early 2000s internet that this is a big deal, because early 2000s internet big deals would have been known of by like a couple of dozen people, and then you can like extrapolate information from there. But ultimately, it's not an issue unless like Paper Mario 2 or sorry, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remastered or decides to try and fuck with. Those are the same boots I have. Those are literally the same boots I wear.
I don't really see them doing too much.
I really hope not, because like
think that.
Well, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Gizmo. Ultimately, like, why is my mic peaking now? Oh, I'm gonna have to turn myself down. Did OBS fuck with my mixer yesterday? Because it was working fine. Anyways, so, yeah, so the difficulty settings in Miles Morales are Friendly Neighborhood, Friendly, Amazing, and Spectacular. I believe I commented on this in the original Spider-Man for PS4, but these don't make any sense.
What do you mean they don't make any sense?
Okay, so
Spectacular is the best Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but friendly Neighborhood coming before Friendly is a little bit strange, and then Amazing being like medium, and then Spectacular, or like where's Sensational? Well, Sensational should be like very hard, you know.
No Spider-Man.
Anyways, I don't want to watch the recap because I just watched the recap. Why did you feel the need to render Miles' oily fingerprints on the glossy Sony headphones, guys?
Maybe it's the order of when they appeared.
Mono audio, graphics mode, fidelity. No,
Maybe
I'm gonna go with
comic book reference.
Let's see here. Well, you know, there was a Sensational Spider-Man comic. So
right, but what I'm saying is like maybe the difficulty is in the order of when they appeared.
See here, performance RT. Let's see, performance mode would add 60 FPS.
I find it
with no
funny
ray
how
tracing,
Grotus
no enhanced
doesn't
lighting, no additional VFX.
I find it funny how Grotus doesn't immediately suss out this the Peach in this X-Naut suit.
And then I think this is the checkerboard format. Hang on. And you can use performance, fidelity, or performance RT. Performance alternate to 60 FPS. I guess I could go with performance RT. Unfortunately, I couldn't guys, please stop. I'm trying to
No.
Yeah, performance RT. Sure, fine. Restart the goddamn game. Okay. Yeah, performance RT looks fine. And at least Miles is
odd about you.
Yeah, so Miles's hair and stuff doesn't look as weird as it did in the previous version.
You know, Peach, if you really didn't want to give yourself away, maybe you should have done the X-Naut salute.
Oh, no,
I was talking
wrong. Okay,
Miles Morales.
His hair is still disappearing when you
By the way, Alex,
cut the angle.
By the way, that game was my introduction to more babyface than Tom Holland, Peter.
Yeah, that's they've changed Spider-Man's face 3 times now. The original Spider-Man in Spider-Man for the PS4 looked really good. Then they have this guy in this game and Spider-Man Remastered, and he looks He looks like a baby face on a grown man's body.
No. He looks more babyface than Tom Holland does.
Yeah.
Was he
And then
supposed to look like Andrew Garfield or?
no, he's supposed to look like Tom.
Yeah, and
I think
Tom-
the
yeah,
first
Tom-
was supposed
yeah,
to
the-
look like Andrew.
Yeah, the
but
first one. Yeah, the first one actually looks closer to what Tom looks like. Like an
So
older
that-
QTE
version.
yeah,
of Tom.
autocomplete. What the fuck? QTE
Yeah.
autocomplete. You know,
That's if you. That's
the
if you
point?
don't want to, play the game.
Dude, what's the point of the fucking game then? Change button
Oh,
taps
don't
to
you
hold.
know? It's because the
It's so that
journalists want
game
there to be an
journalists
auto
can't
win
bitch
button.
about it.
Auto web burst. What? Aim mode. Aim action is. I mean that. Why is that under accessibility? Yeah, that's just a game setting. Like if you're, it's like Ocarina of Time. Like you can either have hold or tap. I could honestly hold is better. Swing parkour mode. Hold toggle. Venom activation. There is a vibration setting classic. Excuse me. Accessibility.
All right, so we
Damn.
cut from Princess Peach to Bow Wow in
Jesus.
the Boggly
I'm
Woods.
here right now.
Okay. Camera shake.
How did you end up here, Bowser?
That's
Like,
none of your business.
Seriously? No.
None of your business.
It kind of is my business because I'm playing as him right now.
Now there is
But
a
it's his
lot of
life.
enable
It's his life,
narration
don't
of
you know?
enable narration of subtitled ASL lines. What the fuck?
Oh, by the way,
Jesus.
Alex, that game also has Ashley Birch.
Oh, what's her name from Life is Strange? Yay.
Yeah, that deranged one.
Yeah. Did you know that sections of the internet used to consider her attractive?
Who?
Ashley Birch.
Ashley Birch.
Yeah.
She was all right. I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
she's like
okay.
the hottest thing.
Okay. They
How does she look now?
like Anita Sarkeesian did
Oh,
after after she let
Yeah.
herself go. Like
And
remember
then
how
of-
Anita
And
you remember how Anita
and-
used to look kind of attractive and like there was that
Yeah, and then
there was that comparison picture of her podcast and her podcast hosts versus what they showed up
what
as.
they think they look.
Yeah, what they think they look like versus what they actually looked like. Like in the
You want to know the worst?
Yeah.
You want to know something funny, Alex? Whenever I picture Cammy Koopa's lines, all I could picture is Linda Young doing her Frieza voice.
That sounds great.
Meanwhile,
Now,
Jack Black is going to be my Bowser from now on.
Now, rather unfortunately, he
Movie Bowser.
Captain.
Yes.
Yeah, rather unfortunately, Captain Morales is dead.
Oh no, the travesty
The character
of
or
him having
are
to
you
defend
talking-
to defend Donald Trump, Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Alex, would you care to regale us on how you felt about Norman Osborn's portrayal
Okay,
in the
motherfucker,
previous Spider-Man
You're
game?
running. Now that the painting is less finished now than it was earlier.
Oh, and by the way, hey,
Look,
if
the
you thought it
mural
could,
guy. Look, the mural guy was running his paint roller up and down the black outline of Spider-Man's webs. Like that's not how that works, and the texture is clipping. I'm sorry. Hey, this is a prominent part of the game, guys. You could maybe like I don't know. Oh, show the whole thing. Just move that texture over to the right just a little bit. But yeah, so Norman Osborn is basically Donald Trump in this game. In these
the
games.
the most evil of businessmen.
And Miles' mom is running for city council apparently.
Oh boy.
Because of course she
is she supposed to be the Hillary of the?
I don't think so. And
and
now Miles is taking on the the appearance of Miles from Into the Spider-Verse here.
By the way, Alex, unfortunately, Troy Baker is voicing the obligatory corrupt businessman of this game. I wish I was joking.
Well, of course he does.
So
they should have
yeah,
gotten. They should have gotten.
Matthew Mercer.
Well, yeah. Matthew Mercer has a really good snarly villain voice, but he also has a really good slimy villain voice. On top of being
an actual tool in real life.
Yeah.
Why does Troy Baker end up taking these roles where he plays this one-dimensional, oh bad guy in certain things?
You gotta make money somehow. It's not like
Miles-
voice actors make as much money as regular actors do.
Miles asks how Peter maintains his secret identity. How Peter does the secret identity thing. Well, barely is the answer. By the way, I'm playing this on the PS5, the Spider-Man 2 limited edition PS5. And I gotta say, I was quite impressed with
not worth the money.
Well, I was quite impressed with the ease at which I was able to get a free upgrade to my version of Spider-Man Miles Morales, because I had previously purchased the PS4 game. I believe it was on a Black Friday sale, or maybe it might have been in Prime Day or something like that. And I got that version because I had a PS4 at the time, and I wasn't able to get a hold of a PS5. And now I have a PS5, and all I had to do was put the game disc in, and it asked me, do you want to upgrade to PS5? And then it did.
Alrighty then.
So even though, the PS5 has no games...
Jolene.
Oh, you know that meme?
Yeah.
I'm ruined.
One game.
There's nothing left except Spider-Man.
Why I bought a PS5 with no games to play.
Yeah, I have nothing left but Spider-Man. Although I do have a couple of PS5 games that I've managed to pick up for cheap.
I'm gonna end up being in the same boat as you at some point, but just for the jokes, when Alex gets to doing Spider-Man 2, I'm gonna be playing a Spider-Man 2. Just, not the one that he's playing.
You're gonna be playing the original?
Yeah. For GameCube.
Oh, look at that, Miles. Look at that. What? Collateral damage? What's that?
But, I gotta go back to the Glitz Pit, people. We just left the damn place.
So you guys remember Spider-Man? Sorry, you guys remember Black Widow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No reason. Just Miles Morales pulling off better her stopping the rotor thing than his
Romanoff.
Not Natasha, Yelena Belova.
Oh, her.
And unlike Yelena,
the blonde one.
Yeah, unlike Yelena, Miles has the ability to survive a fall like that.
Oh, look at that.
It's the Rhino. Well,
the Russian one, not the Russian one, not the Irish one.
Well, you know what this means?
Funny thing, apparently Natasha Romanoff has bigger tits than Yelena Belova.
That's
according to Spider-Man.
So at one point that was true, and then Scarlett Johansson got her implants removed.
Oof. Wait, she actually had implants?
Yes, Scarlett Johansson had quite nice breast implants. They didn't look like horrible and fake like most of them do.
Yeah, I was gonna say they actually looked pretty good to be implants.
Yeah, and she got him. So, fun fact that a lot of people don't know: silicone breast implants have to be replaced fairly regularly, otherwise they rupture. And there are a bunch of videos about. Okay, Peter says that he's almost got these guys. That he's almost got Rhino contained. Peter, can you maybe think about running him into a few more walls?
Making maybe make a new kind of webbing. He did that before. Like, he made extra thick webbing. He made webbing that was immune to electricity. He made webbing that could catch Sandman. He's done it before.
That's not what I wanted to do, Gabe.
Hey, you still got it. Even though I am a little bit rusty.
Not that
And
rusty.
back in the day, we played this on the old, setup where we were streaming on the PS4 sharing thing, which fucked me up when I decided to try and stream BioShock, although... Ow! Peter, can you maybe not drag fucking Rhino into me? I know
Rhino
you're trying to...
Alex,
I know
Rhino loves you.
I don't love him. I'm sorry. Hey,
Only as
like
friends, I guess.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Or that. Or holy shit, even that.
Oh my
Or even
god.
that, you're a sick freak.
These are dirty underwear and I gotta clean them out!
Now I really like, God fucking damn it, you are the most
gotta wash
retarded
your
person
underwear?
here. This guy who tried to take a selfie while the Rhino was charging at him, with Spider-Man barely being able to fucking steer him.
Hey, maybe that prototype character was right in becoming a villain if people like this are gonna exist.
Maybe.
Let me just take a selfie with the Rhino as he's trying to wreck Manhattan.
What is this, The Boys?
No, this is just comic books. This is just comic books in general.
Spider-Man would solo Homelander.
Oh, yes.
No,
No, he
maybe?
would, Gizmo.
I've legitimately
know.
done research on this topic. Like, you can find it in our Discord server, actually. Hey, not going...
Yeah, but
not
Homelander's bulletproof, isn't he?
not trying to spoil anything for the future, but, you know.
You need to make some extra special webbing to contain that motherfucker.
He's been able to contain the Hulk before.
Peter Parker has punched out Heralds of Galactus.
Yeah. Peter Parker has DX crotch chops.
Avoid obstacles. But I want to stun him.
Including Thor and Hulk.
Didn't he fight the Fire Lord in his... Didn't he fight the...
Sorry. Advertising Sony cameras and phones.
All right.
What is this, TASM 2?
Yes.
Didn't
Fucking
Spider-Man
hell.
fight the Fire Lord in the symbiote costume and still couldn't even bruise him?
Fire Lord. Who's that?
He's an enemy of the Silver Surfers, from what I remember. I'm sure that there's more to it than that, though.
How hot does his stuff burn?
Yeah, I was gonna say...
Considering he's cosmic, I'm pretty sure hotter than regular flames.
Yeah, so he's probably got flames hotter than Homelander's dollar store heat vision.
Yeah. Like, Homelander's...
That's still hot, though.
Homelander's heat vision is less powerful than Superman's.
It's still hot,
quite
though. He's able to mow down a whole mob.
Well, it's not even hot. It's not even necessarily hot enough to cauterize. It's like people will still bleed after it. Ryan Butcher's heat vision is by several degrees more powerful than Homelander's.
Well, to be fair, Homelander's not the kind of person that tries to get any stronger than he already is, considering he's literally the only strong guy there.
He's basically Frieza in that regard. Speaking of which,
he's like, why bother training?
Speaking of which, Frieza and Megatron is the next Death Battle matchup, and that that is incredibly strange. That is incredibly strange.
Two genocidal
as a
maniacs
pairing,
who have quite the prejudice toward, or it's a race. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it works. It's just You guys fucking suck. I want you to know that.
And the
We
thing
don't
is
get
that
this
they're probably
rivalry.
and that is that when it comes to Megatron, they probably got a lot more to composite for him.
I don't get
Dear
this rivalry,
God.
honestly. There have been times when Megatron actually teamed up and actually was a bad guy. I mean, there's times where he actually teamed up with Optimus Prime and it was actually a good guy. Frieza, on the other hand, only teamed up with Goku just because.
Well, actually, it
Yeah.
was mostly because of the tournament.
Yeah, just because. This is Frieza we're talking about. You think there's any reason any reason that could convince him to fight in a tournament? No, if he was gonna participate in the tournament,
Actually,
it's
it was
gonna be
mostly
just
just to come
because.
back to life.
That might as well be another just because. Why is he alive? Because he wants to.
Oh God, Luigi's gotten the story. Once upon a
I think it's
time,
debatable.
in a land far, far away, blah 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 blah
It's
blah
time
blah
for
blah
me.
blah.
Time for me to whip out my spider guns. And I
Excuse
don't
me?
mean these. I don't mean these biceps. I literally mean in my spider guns.
I just have to
They shoot.
imagine
They shoot
I just
extra
have
hard
to.
webbing.
I have
Are
to
you
imagine
playing
Miles
as
just
one of the
pulls out a pair of
Punisher?
Glocks.
Are you playing as one of the Punisher renditions of Spider-Man?
You know what? I was actually looking that up recently because there is a version. I believe, there's a What If comic where Peter Parker became the Punisher, or complete with the spider powers.
Yes, actually, that's exactly what happened actually. And funny thing, Frank Castle still became the Punisher regardless.
So
Get off
he
my
kills.
nuts!
So he kills people with puns, is what you're trying to say.
I mean, he
No,
can't.
he doesn't do puns
Ow!
at all.
God damn it! God damn it, Alexi!
I mean, the Punisher does deliver some one-liners before he kills somebody.
Those are
Eh,
one-liners. That's different than just
Yeah,
making
but here's the
puns like how
thing: they were
Spider-Man does.
pun-based.
Okay, that's not the
Peter,
same thing that
Peter, are you
that is
still
no,
alive?
way
He
a
throws
good
someone
compare.
in the pool. He's like, "Go take a swim."
That is in no way the same way Spider-Man does it. Spider-Man is constantly throwing out one-liners, jokes, and puns. Punisher, on the other hand, sometimes when the time is right, he will make a joke, but
Have
no.
you played
He,
the Punisher game?
I have, and I also read the damn comic books. He killed someone by suffocating him with his own candy bar. He didn't say have a sweet death or sweet dreams. He just killed him. He
Missed
doesn't always do
opportunity
it.
there.
Yeah. Now,
There was a
The
funny
game
moment
would have
where he
had
told,
him do that.
you
now
know
I.
what? There is one thing I wish he did in the game was punch a fucking polar bear because that's what he did in the comics.
Okay. So
Oh, that
So what
sounds
happened?
cool. But then again,
So in context, what happened was there was a mob family that was after him, and he got inside of a polar bear's cage. So
the
on accident.
Spider-Man is
And the thing
broken. I
is,
would
though,
like
the
to exchange
bears were
some lore.
domesticated, like they would not hurt a fly. And so when he realized that, he was like, "Huh,
Luna, come here.
innocent." He was like, "Oh, these are innocent. I don't need that right now." And he just right hooks the damn polar bear, makes it angry to the point where once the head of the mob family got in, she lost both her arms and both her legs.
Uh,
And then the next time you see
wow.
her, she's got
Why didn't
stumps.
Miles? Why didn't you do that earlier?
And
Yeah.
so what makes it funnier is like one of
I
the
think at
mob
this
bosses
point,
comes.
Miles is still
Oh
learning
yeah,
his
Miles.
powers.
Miles didn't know that the Venom. Okay, so we literally just unlocked the Venom punch.
And by the way, Alex, this whole game, Miles is going to be unlocking his powers and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, and I've got unfortunate news.
Yeah.
Do you?
You know that thing that kind of took me out of it and that I was telling you about a while ago?
Yeah.
Vaguely. It has been a while since we talked about. Ow!
I have no idea what you're
Lexi!
talking about.
Alexi,
There's
I
a
thought.
point.
Alexi,
There's
I
a
thought
point
you
in the
loved
game
me.
where after you do enough side quests where after you do quite a few side quests and whatnot, you end up getting getting like a wall painting that says Black Lives Matter and whatnot. I'm just like,
oh,
oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
that's lame.
Yeah, I know.
Might want to get some mods.
It kind of took
It's
me
a
out of it.
It's a PS5 game. They haven't released a PS4 version yet.
Oh god.
Hey, like
sorry,
I
they
said,
haven't-
get some mods.
Sorry, they haven't released a
Oh
Ow!
well, there's a better mod you can get
The
then,
PC
since it's on
version.
PS5. It's called Secondhand,
Oh yeah, like ow!
and that means and what you do is you go to Facebook Marketplace, put it up online, and then say how much you want for it.
Ow, Alexi, ow! Supposed to be a friendly rhino.
So
Damn it, the cartoons lied to me.
no. Oh, Alex, the '90s cartoon made it out so that Spider-Man was smacking Alexi on the ass when he was wearing the black symbiote suit. Look up that scene where he's interrogating the Rhino and tell me he's not smacking him on the ass when spinning him around.
Damn it.
So, when I was setting up the PS5 yesterday, I noticed something quite strange that I posted about in the Discord server.
Add no games.
Well, no, that's not strange. Everybody knows that. No. It asked me to update the controller.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a modern day console problem.
Yeah, they had me update the firmware for the controller. And then I found out that you have to do that for the Xbox as well, which is not something that the Xbox informed me of. I guess it's just something that it was doing while I wasn't watching, which is probably
The Switch
why...
has done that too.
Yeah, it's probably why my why my Xbox Series X just randomly turns on. Yeah, I don't know.
The Nintendo Switch has done that too, not just with the Joy-Cons, but with the Pro controllers.
The Pro controller, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Nyko finally got back to me about my Zelda Pro controller, GameCube controller, not working anymore. Oh, hi Simon Krieger. Can you like back the fuck off? Also, by the way, why does he look like Flash Thompson? Not Flash Thompson. Why does he look like Eddie Brock from Spider-Man 3? Like, tell me that's not modeled on Topher Grace.
Maybe this was Eddie Brock before he turned buff?
No, it's Simon Krieger. Yeah, so Rhino apparently took down Peter Parker, but Miles was able to handle him. Why didn't Peter just run him into walls like we did back in Spider-Man 2, the video game for the PS2?
Or, something better?
Okay,
the Activision Spider-Man.
Yeah, well,
so
that was what I
interestingly
said.
enough,
The PS2
Oh no, he's
version.
Spider-Man 2.
Interestingly
Yeah,
enough,
Spider-Man
guys,
2.
there's a part, the plot part of the game that I'm going to be going to after I clear the troubles out is widely considered one of the worst types of backtracking ever seen in an RPG.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. And once I get to it, you'll see why.
Don't tell me what to do.
God,
you're gonna end up checking it out anyway.
Peter looks like he's de-aged. Like, did you take the Captain America serum?
He always looks like he's de-aged.
Did Ant-Man give you some of the bad ant juice or something? And like, what the fuck?
Alex, let's not forget one thing. Perhaps Ant-Man made his body travel through time. I'm through the thing in that van.
The cosmic realm?
No, the quantum realm. You said cosmic, not quantum.
Yeah, I know. I just realized what I just said. God damn it.
Cosmic realm is something else.
The cosmic treadmill. God, fuck me, right?
Fucking.
You know what? Speaking of, is anybody else surprised that they actually kept the cosmic treadmill all this time?
I
Out of
will
all
get
things-
to you
out of all
soon.
the
Look at that.
things in the out of all the things in the golden age
Totally
of comic
didn't just
books,
make it up. Yeah, that well,
like,
the
they
fact that
didn't
that
keep the
Alex,
Yeah?
look at
like
my
they didn't
stream.
keep
Do
the
you see
they
this bomb that I am
oh,
sneering
I
at
see
right
it.
now?
I see it. But yeah, the fact that the
We'll
cosmic
get to
treadmill,
him later.
the fact
Like,
that the
they didn't
cosmic
keep-
treadmill was a big plot point in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, that was so strange because I would have thought that would be something they'd want to forget.
Yeah, they even keep on using it to this day. I thought it was be something that they would want to forget, along with Supergirl, Super Horse, and Pink Kryptonite.
Excuse me, what about a super horse?
Back in the day, it wasn't just crypto. There was also a cat and a horse that was from
Yeah.
Oh,
Krypton.
right. Streaky the super cat and a I have questions.
Leveled up and earned a Venom
The
skill.
horse.
Oh, it was the Silver Age. They were desperate to attempt into anything they could to try and create more marketability.
Also, Superman, the new ventriloquism, which they kind of brought back when he
Yeah.
dressed up as Batman in the Batman Superman Adventures.
And he was a shapeshifter.
Yeah, that didn't make no sense to me. That was the one that made the least amount of sense,
Yeah.
surprisingly. Like, oh, out of all the things that make no sense, this one made the least amount of no sense.
I can perform Venom Smash now.
I kind of can buy the ventriloquism thing, though. I mean, like,
Ventriloquism is not a hard skill to learn, and especially if you're
kind of
like...
is if you don't. It kind of is if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, then yeah, it's going to be easy. The thing is, though, when ventriloquism was a thing with Superman, he was controlling puppets that were life-sized and look extremely human. And like, what the fuck is this shit?
Well,
When he brought it back,
Yeah.
when they brought it back, it was only him being able to imitate someone's voice. I'm like, you know what? I kind of buy that.
See, when I'm saying stuff like it's not difficult to learn, what I mean is for somebody like Superman who has a super brain, it would not be difficult for him to learn. Like, various
Right.
mundane skills would not be difficult for somebody like Superman to learn, or Batman
Right.
or Wonder Woman.
I mean,
Well,
hell,
yeah,
it would
but
be
you got-
it would be
you also
completely
gotta keep in
trivial
mind,
for
though,
Connor
this was
to learn
Superman-
some of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Right,
Because
but you
Connor's
also
got
got to
both
under
Superman and ingenuity and Lex Luthor's intellect.
Okay, you got to understand though. This is Superman when his full power wasn't at full power. Like he was still wearing spacesuits and he was still holding his breath and shit like that. He didn't have planet busting powers yet.
Eventually,
Quite
he
yet.
did.
So
Eventually,
is
yes,
our-
but still, this was during a time when he didn't know he had that kind of power. So that's why something like ventriloquism would still be something hard to learn, even if you were a superhero.
this is our introduction to Genki Lee. And, wow. This... What? Congratulations and welcome to your first super suit. I'm sorry, what the fuck were we wearing up to this point? Was it the fucking Halloween costume from Into the Spider-Verse?
No,
The
it was
great-
just
we have
no.
so
it
we
was
have
just
the
the mask.
Scorcher suit and the
I'll
great.
be right
no,
back.
it's not it's not because I was like, look, we can pull this up here and we can see here, like, it's not just the mask, it's also the top here. So we've got the mask on and we've got the top. Then we have the fingerless fucking gloves, because of course we do, and spider pattern socks. Oh, that's funny. Hey, but yeah. And locked, we have the homemade suit, which resembles the original Scarlet Spider. The tracksuit, which resembles Cosmic Spider-Man, I think. Then we have the animated suit from Into the Spider-Verse. The Brooklyn Visions Academy suit, which is basically this suit, but with the Academy suit on top. Crimson Cowl, Strike suit, Classic suit. Hey, that's cool. Into the Spider-Verse suit. Yeah, the new and the original Into the Spider-Verse suit. That's the 2099 suit. The End suit. I don't know what that is. Uptown Pride suit. Progress further into the story. Need to access this description. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, why would I need a fucking... There shouldn't be any spoilers for that. But, you know, programmable matter suit. 2020 Miles Morales suit. That doesn't look very good.
I'm back.
Winter
What happened?
suit. Oh no, I'm just looking through the suits here. Purple Rain, aka Prowler. Bodega Cat suit,
Purple
aka
Rain. Purple Rain.
And there's the Brooklyn Visions Academy suit, and that looks like it's a knockoff of the school uniform from not the school uniform, the debate team uniform from Homecoming, Homecoming, and then the advanced tech suit, which the advanced tech suit is ready to be equipped. I'm just gonna go with progression here. Visor mods, no visor mods available, and unaffordable any tokens.
All right, I solved another trouble.
Yeah. Funny thing is, this doesn't look like any of Peter's previous suits.
Miles doesn't really have a lot to go through, unlike Peter, who has a lot. And we're going to get a lot more in Spider-Man 2.
I find it kind of funny that they didn't really do a whole lot to introduce Genki. Oh, we have a J. Jonah Jameson news.
And Miles is going to unsub from that. So we don't get to hear much of Darren DePaul as J. Jonah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Can I resub, or is that just not a thing that
that's not something you're going to do, because Miles, unlike Peter, is a sane man.
Miles has trash taste.
I agree.
Oh no. Oh, he's changed over to Danica Hart. I don't like this already. She has danger hair.
Dangerous.
My girl is so dangerous. Spider-Mans.
Spooderman does whatever a Spooder can.
Podcasts can be enabled or disabled via audio settings in the options menu.
You might want to disable it if you don't like it.
Right. It still says automatically play JJJ podcasts, even though Miles isn't subscribed to them anymore. That's very odd.
Indeed, it is. Well, unfortunately, I gotta go buy another cake mix for this trouble. And the only way I can get that is through this parlor. So literally through gambling. Trade in winnings, cake mix.
I was looking in entirely the wrong direction.
Okay, take away my stuff.
Now to unlock gear caches from across town. Okay, so what happens if somebody else just had a spider mask and it registered them?
Oof. You got me there.
Spectacular Spooderman.
Okay. Miss Zesty, I need you to cook up this cake mix.
Don't tell me what to do. I mean, what?
Hey.
Okay, I got mousse cake. And no, I'm not going to be going out of my way to get all of the recipes in this game. It's good God. That is not necessary.
Disarming, but I already figured out how to do that because I knew it from the previous game. That wasn't his own weapon, but you know. Why are you saying each other's names just out here in the open? Where everybody can hear you?
So,
Hey, who's this
Donald,
Miles
Goofy.
guy? Yeah, and who's this Genki guy, too? Yeah, they're not important. We're New Yorkers.
Yeah, we definitely don't need to worry about these guys as finding out our secret identities and holding our families hostage or anything.
You mean like what happened when Peter publicly revealed his identity in Civil War?
Oof.
Hey! That's exactly what I was thinking of. Not like It's not like Peter Parker is incredibly careful about his
Secretive.
secret identity or anything.
It's
Except
not
he
like he's got the
totally
biggest
is.
cast of villains in the Marvel universe.
One of the biggest, because we still got Captain America, Iron Man,
The
Hulk,
biggest.
Thor.
The biggest. Iron Man, Captain America, and everyone else may have some villains, but as much as Spider-Man? No.
Yeah, Spider-Man is the face of Marvel for a reason. And
I mean, it's to the
he
point where
has that.
even others, it's to the point where even other people's villains become his villains.
And to the point where where other heroes started stealing his villains.
Right?
Like,
Well, fucking oh, hi, it's actual crooks. Why are the crooks up here?
because the Crooks decided they wanted to have a dance party. I'm literally
Red
making
Skull at
shit
one
up as we go along.
Red Skull at one point was his villain. Doctor Doom has been Spider-Man's villain a bunch of times. Thanos, I think, at one point.
With the Thanos
Oh
copter.
god damn it, I was hitting the down button.
I think it was around that time. I could be wrong.
So
A
But
bunch of
seriously,
X-Men
Thanos
villains
is
were
not a
actually
proper arch nemesis to Spider-Man unless he has the Thanos copter.
a bunch of X-Men villains have fought Spider-Man before, considering Spider-Man likes to practically hang out with them.
yeah, Spider-Man is an honorary member of the X-Men,
And Avengers and
that
Fantastic
guy's
Four.
dead. And now I'm getting attacked by the holograms as well. You guys fucking suck. I want you to know that. Oh god damn it!
Wait, you're being attacked by Gem and the holograms?
Yes, I'm being attacked by Gem and the holograms.
Both Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh god.
Did they actually put that show out on DVD or on Blu-ray, or is
The show, yes. The show, yes. I don't know if they put it out on Blu-ray though.
they put the movie out on that fucking?
Yeah, they put it out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Somehow people bought it, I guess.
Doug Walker ended up pointing out how scummy the advertising was for the
Yes.
Gem and the Holograms movie.
Yeah, I
It
remember.
was
I
very
watched.
scummy.
Yeah, I watched him, Brad Jones, and a bunch of other people talked about the Gem and the Holograms film. That film is awful.
Dude, you know what's even worse? They even got celebrities to say how much they love Gem and the Holograms, like The Rock,
Yeah.
and they made it look like they were talking about the movie version.
Yeah, it was stuff they were talking about the fucking TV show. Oh, and they
Yeah, and they didn't even blur out the people who were talking about the TV show in terms of the poster.
yeah. So
They
when
didn't even try editing those out.
yeah, so when those people came around, and they figured out, hey, you guys used me for something that you said you weren't going to, or something that you didn't say you were going to.
I'm surprised none of them tried putting a lawsuit on what happened. One with what happened with the movie.
They fucking should have, because that film is like a classic example of false advertising in terms of like not only commercials but in terms of the fucking poster. That guy's fucking dead.
Mhm.
Imagine if they did the same thing with something like Mortal Kombat, and they're like, "Oh, tell us how much you loved the original Mortal Kombat movie," right? And they talk about how great it was, and then at the end of the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie, they try to make it look like they're talking about that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, but dude, people would be pissed.
Well, they did something similar with DC and Superman. Like, you remember when they advertised like, "Hey, Henry Cavill's back as Superman. Guess who's back? Buy Man of Steel now." Oh, and then sorry. And then, traversal challenge. Sounds pretty good. And then, and they, then they canceled his film, even though, well, they'd talked to him and they had a verbal agreement. And despite what people will say, verbal agreements are still technically agreements because people were making plans based on this stuff. People were making, optic triangulation. Let's see here. Your new suit mod. Let's go ahead and visor mod. Okay, optic triangulation. Can't afford it. Can I afford this? I don't have any activity tokens, so I can't. Can't name something Venom Power because there is a different thing named Venom in this show. And we're going to be running into him next game.
Voiced by Tony Todd.
Come on,
I'm
Miles.
I'm
Miles,
legitimately surprised
climb the
that
building,
didn't get
Miles.
much more of a reaction out of
I'm
you
sorry.
guys.
Yeah, like that's great, but I was trying to get Miles to climb the building. Climb the building, Miles, or Peter will have to do it.
Peter's on vacay with Mary Jane.
I have to say I really like how the DualShock 5 has the rumble setup, and fuck you, I'm not calling it whatever the stupid name is that they came up with for it, but
Haptic feedback.
yeah, the extra like 3D rumble, whatever the hell it is.
All right, so since we don't actually get to see what Peter and Mary Jane are doing on their vacation, what do you imagine them doing? Just
Well,
Fucking.
I'm imagining.
I wasn't gonna go straight to them porking it out, but
I'm imagining.
Sure, let's go with that.
I'm now imagining.
They're trying to recreate Mayday Parker.
Yeah, I was. Hang on, you're stealing my joke here. So I was gonna say. That.
Son of a bitch.
That they're on a beach in Cancun, and it's a nice little vacation, and they're they're on the Miles. Please, Miles. Do what I ask you, Miles.
He hates please. The word please triggers him.
Miles. Do it now. Now, do it now!
You're not gonna kill me, I'm here!
Put that cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
Fucking bite me!
Okay.
Ah!
So,
No, not you. Just the fucking racers.
Oh, I know. You're playing Speed Racer. You know, the weird thing is because of how some of the physics work in that game, that you're playing, I almost mistook it for F-Zero.
Ugh, I wouldn't blame you. Jesus Christ, this is insane when it actually gets insane.
Miles.
Cars literally pile up on each other.
Miles, you know what'd be great, Miles?
Get off my nuts!
Okay, I got. You can get one activity token for each, I guess. Huh. Okay.
By the way, the activity tokens are what ultimately substitute for your are what substitute for all of the tokens that you had to get throughout the game.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are inferior in this game, though, well, they removed the Empire State Building from this game.
Boo! Boo on you!
Fuck them.
I like to think that George W. Bush found himself a new airplane and ran it into it.
Oof.
Bush didn't actually do 9/11 though. Oh, that was
I'd say it's too soon, but
that was Team Rocket.
I'd say it's too soon, but George Bush was like a. But
right,
I think that was just George. I think that's just me describing George Bush's commands.
Okay, so now that we're done with the troubles that we unlocked from after doing chapter 3, let's move on to placing the crystal star back at the 1,000-year door.
Oh yeah.
Now,
yes.
Now, the funny thing is, you so look like Topher Grace, Simon. Now, the funny thing is, for some reason, when I run the PS5 through my Elgato into my 30-inch LG HDR 4K monitor, it says that it doesn't support HDR.
Bullshit!
Which is the same thing that my Xbox does, but my Xbox can be convinced, if I plug it in the right way. Unfortunately, my Xbox doesn't actually want to, record, it doesn't want to export audio. But wow, that video is getting incredibly low resolution. What the fuck is going on here, guys? Get ready for a planet powered by Newform, even though Tony Stark could still just, put a arc reactor and everything.
The Avengers exist in this universe. Avengers Tower is in this game.
Well, how about the Baxter Building? Oh, wait, Fox.
Well, no, the Baxter Building is in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Disney bought Fox. Suck it.
And so is Wakanda.
Forever.
Yeah. So, real quick, I want to bring something up here. Rest in peace, David Keith McCallum Jr. The actor. Hello. The actor known for playing.
What's up?
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
That's all right.
You're good, man.
Yeah, the actor
it's
known.
It's a casual stream, so y'all don't really give us much of a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so supposedly it's a plot twist when the bad guys who look to be trying to conquer the world are aiming to conquer the world.
Oh no. The bad guys are doing bad guy things?
And put the world for ransom for $1 billion.
God, we gotta go to Twilight Town. If only Benjamin were here, then he could comment that we're going to Kingdom Hearts?
I was about to make that same fucking joke.
Gizmo, what the fuck are you doing?
What the hell was that? Okay.
What are you doing, Gizmo?
So anyways, as I was saying, rest in peace. He's David Keith McCallum Jr., the actor most recently best known for the role of Ducky Mallard on the show NCIS.
NCIS. I don't know about NCIS, but I know NCIS.
Yeah, but also known for a great many things. The man was quite an accomplished performer in his lifetime.
Someone sucking you off?
No, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Someone.
But okay, so I'm
someone. Oh God! I mean,
dry my hands off.
Someone.
My knees are weak, arms are heavy. He vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Anyway.
Ass is sweet. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, David McCallum.
Shit.
David McCallum died actually he died literally today. And he was known for being in the show Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was known for a rather not great show called Sapphire and Steel. Well, he was in a bunch of other British TV shows. He was in Sequest DSV, a show that nobody likes or cares about. Unfortunately, because Sequest DSV is a cool concept, it's just not very good.
What's the...
But Kevin, you and I probably best know David McCallum for his role as Alfred Pennyworth in the DCAMU.
Ah, shit. That Alfred?
Yep. And Alfred, and the Alfred in Gotham Knight. He also played Zeus in 2009's Wonder Woman.
Oh my God.
Man was a quite accomplished actor, voice actor, or stage performer, and musician. And he wrote and performed the song called The Edge, which has been sampled by numerous hip-hop artists over the years. And I'm not talking about The Edge being, The Edge from U2. I'm talking about The Edge, the song that the next episode by
Wow.
Dr. Dre was based on.
Wow, The Edge.
Yeah.
Wow, The Edge.
So yeah, that warp pipe just rejected us.
Well, try sleep it off. Try another day, and this time bring flowers.
Okay, so
Fuck off my nuts. God damn it.
so we gotta go find this person named Darkly in the alleyway of Rogueport. This charming fellow.
Hi there. The name's Darkly. You
Hey.
guys need something? Huh? You wanna
Ow!
know
I was
how to get
outside of the. I
get
was
through to the pipe to
outside.
Twilight Town? Couldn't be easier. You just need to have something that has your name written on it, like your underwear.
Why does it
Mario's
sound like
like,
you're trying to have phone sex?
Probably because that
What, they don't
character would
what,
be
they don't
trying to
do-
have phone sex with Mario.
He legitimately sounds
"What,
like
you
he's trying to
don't-
have phone sex with me.
What, you don't have that? Good lord, man. And did people stop writing their names on their underwear? Why?
I never
This
wrote
is
my
why
name
I
on
am-
my underwear.
no,
I
that's
will
the
never
joke.
write my name on my underwear.
No, that's the joke.
Don't you have anything that has your name written on it?
Does the M on my hat count?
Does
Yes,
the
what
M
did
on
you
my
say
hat
about-
account?
Gizmo,
on,
you said something
everyone
about phone
does.
sex.
Yeah,
No?
Kevin sounds like
Really?
he's having
Okay,
phone
hang
sex.
on. I'll write it for you.
Kevin sounds like
What's
he's
your
having
name?
phone sex.
Mario. Huh?
Ow.
Okay, I'll write it here on the seat of your overalls. Mario, right?
On the
I'm gonna
seat of
mute my headphones.
on the
Sounds
seat of
like
your
he's-
ovaries. There are a lot of female
perfectamundo.
thugs in this
While
game.
I'm at it, I'll write your partner's
Gizmo
name
just
too.
muted himself.
What's
He
your
found
name?
cringe.
Brother, baby.
Gizmo just muted himself. He finds this really cringe.
What? Hey, watch where you're drawing, buddy.
I don't know what Aaron is taking you to Twilight.
Gizmo, just tell
I
him
hope
how
it goes
cringe you
well.
fucking-
I'll
Come
be rooting
on.
for you.
Gizmo, don't be a pussy.
I was trying to go for a mysterious sounding voice, but Gizmo, come on, man.
None. This is
Gizmo, just
this is
say
why I
what you
very
gotta
specifically
say.
have
Don't be-
this is why I very specifically have like non-sexual voice notes in my directions.
How does my voice sound sexual at all?
Well, it doesn't
Gizmo,
sound necessarily
just-
sexual. It just sounds
Gizmo,
sexy.
you explain.
How does it sound sexy at all? I don't have a sexy sounding voice. I
We
really don't.
I'm sure we have fangirls who would beg to differ. Oh, wow.
As-
That
yeah.
actually worked.
Whoop. What up? Anyway, aside from
I
the
just sent
passing
Gizmo a
of
DM. I
David
just said,
McCallum,
Gizmo, unmute yourself and be honest. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, man. And I can't-
superstar.
Is he done?
Everything.
Is he done?
Yes, he's done. And,
Okay.
Everything is too fucking loud right now. I don't know why.
Huh?
No, it's just everything. Everything sounds way too loud today. I don't know why.
Okay, so now we're headed
Ow.
into Twilight Town.
Alex, did you drink last night?
Chapter
Did I do what now?
4.
Ow.
Alex,
For pigs, the bell tolls.
What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you?
jeez.
What are you asking me, hey Mason?
Oh my, pigs.
I forgot.
Like, why would you? No, I mean, I know what you said, but I'm like, why would you ask if I drank last night? And like, of course,
Hey,
I drank
Because
water.
you said everything sounds louder
It's
today.
been a
No.
long time since anyone's come from outside. You've come
Bruh,
from
could you
far
not?
away.
Evan,
Yeah, Kevin, we don't need the dramatic reading.
I don't need a dramatic reading.
dude,
What do you mean you don't need dramatic reading?
Kevin, I will say the N-word if you do this again.
Oh, okay. Hey, no, please, no.
Oh,
No, he means it. I can tell you right now.
Well, when the bell all
Nacho
tolls,
cheese.
someone gets turned into a pig.
Nacho cheese. Speaking of nacho cheese, I'm about to eat some Taco Bell.
I think it's now about time that I bring up the new additions to the magnetic ferret database.
Ah, sure, go ahead. Don't have a
See
whole...
here.
Well, actually, hang on. First, I want to bring up that the U.S. military, he lost a fighter jet.
A fighter jet?
Yeah, so last
Oh.
week or a couple of weeks ago, basically the U.S. Air Force, there's a pilot ejected from a plane,
Uh-huh.
and there we go. Make my own door. A pilot ejected from a plane, and then the plane got stuck on autopilot, and they've apparently been trying to figure out where it went. I don't know if they managed to find it, but apparently it was too good a stealth jet for them to pick it up correctly.
Don't these things have trackers? How the fuck do you lose an entire jet?
Dude, the tracking beacon was deactivated while the pilot was inside, and the pilot didn't switch on the tracking beacon before the eject happened.
Use a dumbass.
Yeah. I
How
found
do
a
you lose an
backpack.
entire fucking jet? Someone has
like
have
you
at
do.
least
Yeah,
had a
okay.
phone out and said, "Hey, look, there's a fighter jet passing by," and posted
By
it
the
up
way-
on social media.
Yeah,
By the way,
I don't know.
guys, you will never be able to guess what could possibly be making these. What could possibly be turning these people into pigs? Things in Twilight Town.
Whammon.
No, it's something not really all that menacing in hindsight.
Feminist.
Trust me, Gizmo.
Bye.
Oh, when I show you who's the main villain of this chapter, you guys are going to be like, what the fuck?
Is it bread?
No.
Okay.
Is it fat?
So, by the
I
way...
found Peaches Peaches.
Oh, cool. By the way, David McCallum also voiced Merlin in Batman Brave and the Bold and Professor Paradox in Ben 10 Alien Force. And Ben 10 in general.
That's something.
Middle school graduation, when I looked exactly like Into the Spider-Verse Miles, but, derpier, and my dad had a face that looked like... Why does it look like they photoshopped
Uh-oh.
a fat black Andrew Tate's face onto the body of Billy Mays?
I really don't want to
Billy
picture
Mays here.
I really don't want to picture Andrew Tate with Billy Mays' body and black skin. That just sounds really weird to me.
Hi, Billy Mays here to tell you that women suck and dating is gay. Why into Hustlers University? I can't do an Andrew Tate voice.
He hates anime, and yet he likes the idea of someone role playing as him in a Grand Theft Auto roleplay server.
Oh. Well, he also argued that fucking a trap would be less gay than fucking well, let's be fair here.
I mean, that's up for debate.
And that is up for debate. I'm just saying, like this. This guy is.
Would it be gay?
I don't care.
Do you have red hair though?
I mean, that depends on your definition.
Would it be gay though, or does it make it more feminine with the penis?
I don't think I need to respond to
that. Hey, as long as you say no homo, it's not gay, right?
Taking a quick perusal through the news feed here, trying to see if there's anything else we can talk about, because this is drifting in very strange directions.
This is getting homoerotic. Okay, let's just go. Let's just move on then. let's
Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan got married a couple of days ago.
fuck who? To who?
To somebody probably a third of his age, I think.
Is she in her 40s?
Something like that.
Paige? Is it Paige?
No, it's not Paige. It's somebody just as orange as he is.
I'm gonna give you a dicking, brother.
Paige is
Is it Eve Torres? Is it Eve
Paige's-
Torres?
Is it a porn star?
Sky Daly,
Who?
It's not
Eve
Eve Torres?
a yoga instructor.
Okay, but seriously, Alex, what is your guess onto what the villain in
What was a
chapter
yoga
4
instructor?
looks like in this
Shit.
game, Alex?
A swan. He's a swan.
No.
Oh, wait.
I mean, and you know what? It kind of makes sense considering he's fucking old and needs to learn how to stretch anyway.
Yeah.
What is he in his 70s right now?
Hulk Hogan is literally 70. His last marriage ended in 2021.
How many?
Hulk-
Oh, for fuck this guy.
Hulk said, "I asked Sky to marry me, and she was crazy enough to say yes, brother." And apparently, he was been able to maintain a healthy relationship with her because as he stopped drinking alcohol. Okay
Again?
then. Yeah. The fuck? I don't even know who Sky Daly is. The nuptials were apparently a spur-of-the-moment decision, and with not even...
Sounds like it.
Yeah, with not even Brooke Hogan being in attendance because they apparently just decided to do this on the day.
Of what? Their divorce? What the fuck? Get off my balls, goddamn.
So, I can see that they didn't entirely learn from their previous from criticism of the previous game, because people complained quite vociferously about all of the bullshit of playing as, Spider-Man's not so amazing friends. At least you're not playing as
Mary Jane.
Yeah,
At least you're not playing as Mary Jane anymore.
At least you're not playing as any of the not so spectacular friends here. But
Except you are. You're playing as Miles.
yeah,
lost opportunity.
Miles still
lost
has
opportunity
superpowers.
to actually. There's
Yeah,
a lost
now he has
opportunity to actually have
superpowers.
Iceman and Firestorm in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got some Disney villain voices made now.
Oh yeah.
Gizmo, Gizmo, give it a rest.
Yeah, Sky Daly is 45 years old.
Oof.
Let's see. So far, I've made Jafar. Well, actually, Jafar's training right now. So far, I've made Ursula and Captain Hook, and that's it.
So Mama Rio doesn't want Uncle Aaron coming around.
I still gotta do the Maleficent voice like Gizmo wanted. Gizmo, I think you requested Maleficent.
I did, yeah.
Which
And
one?
Alex-
Susan Blakesley or Eleanor Audley?
We all know which Maleficent we're talking about.
My mission is now to go fetch a vinyl record from the room rather than hooking my phone up to a Bluetooth speaker like a normal person.
The Kingdom Hearts voice is gonna have more audio, Kevin.
There we go.
Of course it is.
Case file Prowler. Okay. Huh.
Ow.
Wow, that looks like fucking Spawn.
Speaking of Spawn, I think it would be. Well, no, speaking of characters, I think it'd be interesting to list off who has been added to the Magnetic Ferret database now.
I already picked
First
out
one-
an album, so I guess I'm just...
First one up was Ravis from the Star Wars Jedi Survivor game.
Huh.
Mutt and Junkyard from G.I. Joe. Apathy, one of the Grimm from Ruby. Malevolence from Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Comics. Ichiro from Mace the Dark Age.
Mace
Prince
the Dark
Eric
Age is a
from-
really obscure game, and I'm surprised anybody would add anything from it. I thought I was the only one who ever played that thing.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many people know about that game.
Yeah, it is such a bad game too. And
Oh.
like the.
I think it looks fun.
I mean, no. So like I've played it. It's not great. Like it's a fighting game that I think you only were able to control with the N64 stick, and that's not the best stick for a fighting game.
No, it's not.
No, but they tried.
I mean, they tried. It's a great idea. They got some cool shit in there. It's just, not particularly great.
I feel like looks like this is like the prototype for the Soul Calibur idea.
Yeah,
Prince
funny enough,
Eric-
this was made by Midway too.
Makes sense. Yeah, I know about that.
I've got to pull that game out again. Because
Prince Eric from...
I remember it had some really cool designs. But I think it was only ever on like arcades.
You know what
and
else
the
had really
N64.
cool designs?
Just take
See
a wild
here.
guess where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, it was an
My
arcade.
mom.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It was worth it.
Was it?
Yes.
yeah. This game had some really cool graphics, but excuse me. Apparently, they had planned to do a PlayStation version, but it never got released.
Yeah, sounds about right.
The funny thing
Gizmo,
is,
how's
sorry,
Fuck.
go ahead.
how's Minute World doing, Gizmo?
Uh,
He's still doing all right.
yeah, he's still doing all right. He hasn't been in a couple of streams though.
I mean, neither have I, for that matter.
Dane Cook
Well,
has also.
it's been a hell of a busy month for me, guys.
Oh, guys, I found a black
get
treasure
that.
chest that's gonna curse me.
Dane
Hi,
Cook,
Kevin.
Dane Cook also married, quote unquote, his longtime partner Kelsey Taylor, who was 24 after 6 years of dating, meaning they were 18 when they start. She was 18 when they started dating, and that's not terrible, but like,
No, not really. It's not.
I'm not gonna say that that's necessarily weird or anything. It's just,
Nah, because that would make you an SJW if you did.
well, I'm just gonna all I'm gonna say here is that like, long-time partner and you've been together for 6 years. That's an interesting way to put it. By the way, before we get too stuck in on the we gotta get the power pack on. I mean, pointless fucking busy work because this is a PlayStation game and we.
If these black treasure chests wanted to really curse me, maybe don't tell me how to turn back.
Yeah, flipping off the breakers doesn't actually help, Miles. Well, I could have told you that.
Sorry,
My
guys.
dad was an electrician. So, yeah, but before we get too stuck in on the
Dr.
magnetic
Bell?
ferret updates, I want to tell everybody something that popped up on my Twitter feed here. There are
Us
new
now?
voices for Rick and Morty.
For fuck.
Here's the
Sweet.
funny thing. Rick's voice sounds they haven't announced who they are, but Rick's voice sounds exactly the same, which makes me suspicious. And Morty's
AI.
voice, no. Oh, that would not, it can't be AI.
It's AI.
It can't
There's
be
a lot
AI.
of people there's a lot of people that are able to mimic Rick's voice. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, yeah, Rick's
It's AI.
voice. Rick's
I'm
voice
Cookie
is an
Monster.
interesting one because that's probably the easiest to mimic accurately. Morty's voice sounds way better.
It's AI.
Hitting the button.
Rick.
I'm
Hit the
doing
wrong
the
button.
Cookie Monster Charizard reference. It's Mewtwo. It's
Yeah.
Mewtwo. It's not Mewtwo.
Yeah,
Remember
Rick
that's
and Morty. The new Rick and Morty voices. They haven't announced who's doing the voices. I actually went looking for that, but they don't have any details. But they have a clip out, and maybe Miles, can you stop being stupid?
It's stupid.
Miles Morales.
Yep.
Yeah.
He probably ate. He probably
like I
ate
said-
too many chicharrones.
Yeah, like I said, Rick sounds exactly the same, but Morty sounds way, way better. Or like I always had some issues with Justin Roiland's Morty voice. Like, it sounded really, like, oh, gee, Rick, oh, wow, wow. Like that, to me. That's how it
I don't
sounded.
know, Rick.
Like, that's how it sounded to me. And I appreciate
Oh, jeez.
the way it sounds now. Not that the
Remember
guy
when I
necessarily
fought
should have
Morty,
lost
the
his
gym
job or
leader?
anything. Not that the guy
Remember when I
necessarily should have
fought Mor-
lost his job or anything, but, apparently he just didn't do anything on the show, after a point. Right? Like, he wasn't even involved in the writing, really.
All right. Oop. Probably should turn that down.
But who knows?
I am playing Oracle of Ages, motherfuckers.
Oh, nice.
So what if I fuck others' mothers? I mean, what?
Da, da, da.
There's also a new update, expansion pack for, sorry. An expansion pack for Cyberpunk 2077 coming out soon.
How the hell do you plant a gacha seed? Maybe Kevin can help me.
What do you mean?
I'm playing Oracle of Ages, and
I
I'm trying to
haven't played
figure
that game, so I wouldn't be able to help you there.
What? You haven't played it? Man, you don't know what you're missing then. Oh, here we go. Never mind.
That's why I told him about Roll Force.
No, I know exactly what I'm missing, which isn't much.
For a
You keep
PS5
saying
game,
that.
that fucking necklace
And there's
is
the-
vibrating.
And there's the disembodied tan that needs the toilet paper. I'm not really sure where else to go, so guess I'm gonna go to the tree. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ba, ba, na, 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 Jeez. Okay, so I just saw one of the most depressing lines in video game history.
Which is...
Your parents are dead.
Only the darkness can ease my heart. I guess laughing my troubles away is just a dream deferred.
Yeah, you know what? That is kind of depressing.
Holy shit. Well, I mean, it's a Zelda game. Zelda games aren't exactly upbeat to begin with.
I mean,
What?
Well, I
What
mean, they're
Zelda
not
games have you
upbeat
been
to begin
playing?
with. I mean, that's why I'm
Yeah,
going with-
Mason. What Zelda games have you been playing? As I know Twilight Princess is kind of dreary at times, but come on, man.
the Wind Waker.
So, oh yeah, before we get too off track, Right Stuff Anime is being closed down by Sony.
Because
What?
of course.
What's being closed down by Sony?
Right Stuff Anime, the
Oh,
RightStuffAnime.com, the store. Apparently, it's all being. It is being rolled into the Funimation store, rather the Crunchyroll store.
Oh joy!
Yeah.
I wonder how much of their merch is going to be, removed.
Well, apparently Media Blaster's stuff is being removed, but for some reason, Discotex is being allowed up on there, even though they both have
fair.
live action material.
That's totally fair.
I mean, granted, Media Blasters aren't exactly the greatest, but
Yeah, but
something
come on.
that cracked me up was that Robert's Anime Corner store posted an update about saying, excuse me, we're like the store that's for the fans, and keeping in mind that this is the store that canceled my order for Samurai Pizza Cats when they were the only ones that had it still in stock, and then immediately listed it up on eBay for quadruple the price. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Robert's Anime Corner store can go fuck themselves. I remember, I actually emailed Bob about this, and I said, "Hey, Bob, quick question: why did this show up on your eBay store, or a little while after you canceled my order for this?" Listen, he said, "Oh well, we acquired these later at a much higher price," and
My
bullshit,
ass.
bullshit, Bob. These are the ones you had in your fucking inventory, and you decided to put them up on eBay, hey, for a fucking markup. You're a goddamn snake and a liar. And if he's
He's a
watching,
liar.
and if he's watching this, fuck you.
He's a liar. He's a son of a bitch. You suck, Amazon. Geek. And you fucking suck, Sony. Us. Put you in the camel clutch. Wait a minute. What?
Put you in the
Yeah.
camel clutch and make you humble.
Anyway. Fuck Sony.
Yeah.
Well, no, don't fuck Sony, because that means that they're getting something worth their while. Just here's my advice. Boycott the asshole factory. Don't buy their shit brand new. Buy it used. And if you're gonna buy it digitally, buy it at a major markdown.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, fuck them. Fuck them out their stupid asses, because they've gone bad ever since almost near the end of the PS4 life cycle, when they started censoring and keeping games away from the US customers.
Okay, so you can't have anime titty in your game, and you can't have bikini babes.
No anime girls,
but
no
the
cute anime girls, no titties.
But the ass ramming scene in Topless Abby from The Last of Us 2, that's perfectly acceptable.
Oh, because it was realistic, and it was cinematic, don't you know?
When are companies finally gonna nut up and tell these people to shut the fuck up?
Well,
Once they
considering
realize
that
they're
was
not making any money.
Considering that was a Sony developed game, or Sony published first party game, and that's probably never gonna happen. Speaking of which, Sony has said that they are going to start trying to make some more first party games to make their
My ass.
yeah, to try and make their systems a better seller, because as they're relying too much on third party support. And
Big
you know,
seller,
welcome.
I'm a Nintendo guy and not a Sony guy. Fuck Sony.
This is why I stuck with Microsoft all this time, because at least the only trouble they've ever gone into was either price or bad decision making in terms of their hardware. Never once have I. Well, okay, I heard them in one or two of the controversies when it comes to censorship and porting and stuff like that, but they were never as big as what Sony has been involved in.
You mean
'Cause-
Sony?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Gizmo.
Exactly
Sony.
that. Exactly that. Because look, big mistakes we know of Microsoft are either red ring, too many versions of their consoles, overpriced controllers, or making a diskless system, or the Kinect. That kind,
Yeah.
or even borrowed games not working on their consoles, and then later on finding out it was a hoax or whatever the fuck. Those are the kind of stuff that we can easily forgive, because they admit to their mistakes. They're like, yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
We didn't do this because customers clearly didn't like that. Sony, on the other hand, it's like, we're taking away titties, we're taking away anime, we're taking away cute women, we're taking
away anime,
women.
even though we're a Japanese company.
We're taking away attractive women. The exclusives, nah, those are going to be realistic shooters. Oh, you don't like shooters? Well, realistic action games then. You don't like that either? Well, it's going to be abstract.
There is one thing that Microsoft has done and that hasn't been all that great. They still haven't brought the price down on Xbox Series memory cards. And there's a leak for a brand new, quote-unquote, Xbox through the FTC filings of of a round Xbox Series X without a disc drive.
Why?
Apparently-
At least they still. Well, here's
apparently
the thing about that.
Microsoft is saying that wasn't actually final, and they're not going to be releasing a Series X without a disc drive. But I mean, I'll believe it when I see it.
Come on. Well, think of it like this though. They stopped production of the Xbox Series S. So I believe it when they say, "Yeah, we're not making a discless Series X." Because why the fuck would you?
Well, they are still making Series S's, but they're making less than they were.
No, they're not though. It's been reported that they stopped production
entirely. I thought they just brought down on the miles.
No, they outright reported that they stopped production entirely of Xbox Series S consoles. If that doesn't tell you that that the discless system was a bad idea, I don't know what does.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sony still hasn't come out with that with that attachment, and for the fucking PS5 all digital, they were supposed to come out with the basically the tack on. No, the tack on disc drive thing.
Yeah, there is. It's called the PS5.
Yeah. By the way,
you see how
by the way,
if you bought only console.
Yeah, by the way, if you bought a PS5 all digital console, well, you're a goddamn sucker, because you know what I did? You know what I was able to do when I set up my PS5 yesterday? I was able to hook up both it and my PS4 to the same network, and they transferred all of my game data and saves over to my PS5. Meaning that I can all I gotta do is just put in my disc, and I could play BioShock the Collection, Undertale, or just about anything, just by putting the disc in. I don't even need to worry about my fucking... Hang on. Hold X on the holodron. There we go. Yeah. I don't even need to worry about installing anything, because it just copied all the data. And with this, I had a pre-existing copy of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I was able to just plug it in, get myself a free PS5 upgrade.
Okay, we're entering the creepy of the steeples.
I mean, the combat zone.
No, wait, there's one place I go to. Go first.
Anyway, on to lighter pastures, because Sony is making me making my blood boil right now to the point I can make ramen in my nutsack. Let's continue.
Okay.
Prince Eric has been added to the Magnetic Ferret database from The Little Mermaid. Homoda from Senran Kagura has been added.
Nice.
The Neverland Octopus has been added. The same one from Return to Neverland. Okay, not as good as the crocodile, but whatever.
Light.
Oh, here's something. Here's an interesting one. The Blood Pack from Blade 2 has been added.
Huh.
The Delmo Corporation from Agent Ica has been added.
Oh, Agent Ica. That's a great... Well, I was going to say show, but it's more OVA. We still haven't gotten Ica Zero. Ica Zero was great, but we haven't got a release of that in the States yet. Even though R16 was amazing.
Hiri Kojima from Girls Bravo. That's actually good anime. Wild Style from the Lego Movie.
Okay.
Nelson from King of Fighters. Banderas from King of Fighters. Jack Frost from the Shin Megami Tensei series. The Phoenix Unizord from Power Rangers Mystic Force. The Power Rangers with the worst opening ever.
They asked Ron Wasserman to do a couple of demos for it. Both of them were amazing, and then they went with... Well, actually, you know what? I wouldn't even say Mystic Force has the worst. Operation Overdrive has the worst.
I'd rather listen to Operation Overdrive, because at least the first half of it is pretty good.
Operation Overdrive has a really good guitar riff.
Power Rangers, Operation Overdrive, and then it goes to hell.
Yeah. 5 Rangers looking for the sun in 5 ways. You know, they could have really made the...
I've been waiting my whole life for just one. What?
Yeah, if they'd have done it in, like, the style of Disturbed or Linkin Park or something like that, that they would have... If they'd have gotten Disturbed or Linkin Park to do it, that they had Disney money back in the day, but they didn't do that.
It would have been really interesting if they actually managed to get Linkin Park or someone else to sing that song.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why is
Marissa,
it that when I was making a joke, you guys were like, you know, that could actually work?
Well, that's partially because it's not that
consider
bad
the
an
time
idea.
that it was made. You got to consider the time that it was released. That would have been a good idea. Marissa Fairborn from Transformers.
Transformers,
Elisa
cars that
Enriel
trick
from
your eyes.
Alyssa Enriel from Power Rangers Wild Force. And finally, as of now, the last one to be added are Kryptonians from DC Comics.
Kryptonians, just in general,
Uh,
not
Yeah,
not
just
any
in
specific
general.
one.
Nope, just Kryptonians in general.
Yeah,
And
they definitely didn't hear that sound.
And the writing contest is still going on. The winner is going to get $100 if their matchup is picked as the winner. The theme is newcomers, and that you would have to be picking characters that didn't even get used once in the entire website's history. I think I got a pick, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, I win this.
I hope that didn't alert anybody.
What?
My takedown there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's playing Spider-Man.
I literally didn't hear a damn thing.
Jeez, I took down all these Buzzy Beetles, and all I got were a bunch of
It was a
coins,
stupid T-shirt.
a badge, and a level up. Also, it's an
There
Ozzy t-shirt.
are a lot of female thugs in this game.
Ada.
Unfortunately.
Did you guys cover the writer's strike yet?
Oh yeah, the writer's strike has some preliminary news, in that they may be coming to an agreement. No, it's not strictly speaking finished. It just may be ending soon. If they come to an agreement soon, well, basically,
what is it? What is it that they want again? Just like equal pay.
Well, basically, they've hashed out some stuff with regards to, like, they want to. We went over the fucking strike terms a while ago. Oh, but
yeah, now shitty writers are gonna get more money and less work.
Yeah, so well, one thing that I didn't like in their terms, one thing I didn't like about their terms was that they wanted more writers in the writers' room for TV shows and things like that. And TV shows already have too many people working on them. I'm like,
yeah,
I know that you need to have ideas and stuff so you can fill up a season. But people were telling me, oh, you legitimately can't write 10 episodes of a TV show by yourself. And I was like, are you sure about that? Because it doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like you're writing 10 episodes. Like, 10 episodes is the equivalent. It's like 40. If you're looking at a minute per page of screenplay, you're looking at 40 pages per episode. Like, if you're writing on that, one to three people can write that out in a week without needing to have, like, other people working on it. And hell, there are TV shows that are written entirely by one person, and but like, they
I
are.
wonder what happens when we open this box.
Find a way to line up 3 trains in front of the access
Okay,
tunnel.
I unleashed a bunch of boos, which means we got to get the Poltergeist 3000 and suck them all up.
Nasty.
So, while I'm certainly not in favor of that one of the things that was going on was that basically hang on. Okay, so, there's an ongoing issue with, okay, Miles, if you could target something and have it actually stay there, that'd be great.
Oh, lovely.
There's kind
Now
of
the
an
boos are
ongoing...
going to try to molest me.
Stop! Let me move
Excuse
it!
me?
Let me move! There we go.
Get off of me!
Okay.
Get off of
So,
me!
one of the issues is that they were basically trying to train
And now we're fighting an optional boss.
basically trying to train in AI writing models based on people's work without them getting any royalties from that. There were ongoing issues with stuff like stuff like, for instance, the train car I need to use. I need 3 trains in front of the access tunnel. With writers and actors not getting royalties from streaming services, and streaming services are quickly becoming a thing that just is where people get their stuff. And Aaron
Well,
Paul,
I thought you were gonna say unreliable.
well, they are becoming unreliable, but people are streaming stuff up on Netflix and Hulu. Hulu less so than, maybe before, but still. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, WWE Network, fucking Peacock and shit like that. And like, people are streaming things all over the place. And alright, we got the trains on the tracks. Gotta add power somehow. Hey, right there. The game told me what to do. Not the generator, so I need... kickstart its heart. And Aaron Paul apparently got nothing from the amount of aim button, fire a tether web. L2 1. And right there. And now we're playing with power and power connection mini games that were new 25 years ago. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, the apparently part of the reason why the strikes are going on is because there's just nobody's getting paid from streaming revenue except for the companies who own the rights to this stuff.
Stop raising prices.
Well, not only that,
no.
but they keep on removing
it's not a
shows
matter
and movies.
It's not a matter of like the actors aren't getting paid for this stuff. The writers aren't getting paid for these things. And like, it's not like TV and home video residuals come out to a whole lot. It's just that, this is some of the stuff that, people wind up living off of, and you should be able to, because you gave your all in this performance, you should be able to to be able to keep profiting off of it if the company keeps profiting off of it, and that's just a general thing that everybody kind of thinks is reasonable and understandable. And the fact that I think it's AMC, I can't remember who AMC is owned by, but I think it's actually it's Sony. So yeah, fun fact. So yeah, so Sony, the fact that Sony...
It's Sony.
Yeah.
Sony.
The fact that Sony has made more money has only made the money off of Breaking Bad streaming, and none of that's gotten back to Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, etc. That's just despicable. Yeah. Like Aaron Paul said recently, he hasn't made a dime off of Breaking Bad's Netflix, and that's partially because all their contracts, his especially, because he was basically unknown when he'd been on a couple of things, and he was in an episode of The Price is Right as himself, where he said Bob Barker was his hero, and honestly, like when I saw that, and I kind of teared up because yeah, I watched The Price is Right every day when I was a kid. Yeah. So they haven't, because Breaking Bad started in like 2005, I think it was, because they just flat out didn't have streaming in mind when they wrote out the contracts, because streaming video was literally just YouTube at the time, I think. And YouTube, and YouTube. Well, there was also like a really shitty thing where it was like you could still stream video on there on some things, but you literally had to call into the service like it was a phone line. Excuse me, and it was only in black and white. Right, so if anybody wasn't streaming on it at the time, you could like take over for the thing. It was really weird. It was very primitive. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of streaming video at the time, and it wasn't seen as economical. But then, the streaming boom happened, and all that changed.
Yep, everything changed when the Fire Nation
And
attacked.
I am happy to see that there are good writers out there who are getting screwed, and for as much as I don't like that the bad writers are necessarily getting back to work, the good writers don't deserve to get fucked by this,
Yeah.
But he does bring up a good point though when he says that bad writers are getting paid too.
Oh yeah, and this is just an issue in general where fortunately Disney has kind of acknowledged and realized that their fuck you, who I do what I want attitude isn't isn't actually helping them, and isn't profiting them. Yeah, so so yeah, they could only afford to lose so much money before they So I'm completely immune to the bombs going off while I'm disarming a different bomb. That's cool.
All right, now get out there and make me some goddamn money.
Oh.
Because Gizmo was
Sony's
doing the Mickey Mouse laugh.
Yeah. Speaking of Sony being villains, though, we were already talking about them. We were already talking about them, and this is basically just fuck you, Sony. Hey, the entire.
Sony.
Please stop doing that. And this is fuck you, Sony, the whole week, basically, because they're being little bitches about just about everything.
But bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Yeah.
Sony don't have any more hoes and tricks.
No, they basically fucked everything up except for Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse. But ow! Went straight to heal, and it went to fucking kill me.
Well, they're also they also made an okay Uncharted movie if you wanna count that.
But like Marky Mark should have been fucking Drake. Like him being Sully, why did he have to be Sully? And he didn't even have the mustache. Sully had the mustache when fucking Drake met him originally, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
I'd have to go back to Uncharted 3 and look at that. Yeah, but I'm not
They kept on saying
you're not too inclined to replay that game again.
No. Well, I do want to go back and play Uncharted 1 and 2 again because I didn't stream those games, but I'm Uncharted
They did
4...
say they had Tom. They did say that they wanted to cast Tom Holland because they were casting a younger Drake, but what did I say, Drake?
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, they said they wanted to cast another a younger version of the main character, but if you wanted to just cast a younger version of the main character, why don't you just cast him as the younger version of the main character and not the entire character the entire time he was in the entire movie?
Yeah, like, but
Like,
they
it didn't make
still
sense to me.
they should have just made the fucking Uncharted movie, with because Nathan
Nathan
Fillion made
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion was in an Uncharted fan film that had a really good direction, really good choreography. He's the guy the character was based on. So,
Never
I feel
really
like
got.
Nathan Fillion played some Uncharted and was like, I kind of like this.
yeah, and he was able to imitate the fucking
The mannerisms.
and voice like perfectly, partially because it was based on him. You couldn't have gotten this is like if well, hell, you know what,
This is like dirty laundry.
this is literally the case with The
All
Last
right,
of Us.
guys, we're about to go fight against the boss of this chapter, the guy who's
You are.
behind all the victims of Twilight Town being turned into pigs. Who could it possibly be?
You.
Alex,
Yeah.
look at my stream.
Is he?
Look at my stream. Look at this.
Is it a spring?
Look at this. This
Uh-huh.
guy.
It's
You.
a sheet.
It's a bedsheet ghost.
It's a bedsheet ghost.
Yes,
Oh,
this
no.
bedsheet ghost.
If we put that bedsheet over his hat, he resembles the Klan. That's scary.
Oof.
So, this guy, this bedsheet ghost, has been turning people into pigs.
This guy is unfucking believable.
Excuse me.
And we gotta kick his ass. Cue the music.
God damn
Funnily
it.
enough, the tattle book, when you go to find out who this guy is, it's
Miles,
we got nothing.
yeah, Miles Morales is the worst there is at what he does. And what he does is attempting to keep his secret identity safe. His uncle figured it out like that. Sorry. My hands are too wet. The fucking controller is nice, but it has the same issue that the DualShock 4 had. The DualShock 5 has the same issue as the DualShock 4 because it just attracts sweat.
Okay, so and now, oh god, I'm fighting the shadow, the true self.
You're fighting Shadow, huh?
Not that shadow.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly
Who
certain.
knows what lies in the hearts of men? The
Princess.
shadow knows.
My car disappeared while I
Okay.
was on shift. Help me out, Spidey. I love how they still can't figure out what Miles Morales' superhero name was. Because, like, it's not... It is, but it isn't Spider-Man, you know? Oh, like, he was Ultimate Spider-Man, and he was Spider-Man 2, and then he was...
He was Spider-Man 3.
Well, he was Spidey, he was Spin. And, let's see. Yeah, Spin was the name they gave him in the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon that came out, like, last year, I think.
Why not just call him Spinnerack?
That's odd.
Spin is just so very generic.
Why does Mario look so strange?
Yeah. Apparently he was
Totally the end of
Captain
the
Universe
chapter,
briefly.
guys. Mario defeated the scourge of the creepy steeple and found the fourth crystal star. The people of Twilight Town have surely recovered from their awful curse by now. At this rate, Mario's
well.
quest to collect all 7 crystal stars will be done in no time. With his back to the creepy steeple, Mario sets out toward his bright future.
Hang on. Okay, so well, apparently he's known as Kid Arachnid in the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hold
Yeah.
on a second, guys. Hold on.
I don't want to.
Why am I just this shadow guy?
The Shadow Knows.
Yeah, I'm just a shadow now.
The Shadow Knows.
Anyway, to explain what just happened, the bedsheet goats turned into Mario, and we have become the shadow somehow.
The Shadow Knows.
And I'm just like,
And the shadows knows.
So anyway, we got to go back to
You have to
Twilight
go there.
Town and find out where the bedsheet ghost went and go kick his ass. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away,
Police coming straight from the underground.
Hey, look, the shadow sirens are here. Super Bomb Bomb. Okay, so they have a grenade called a Super Bomb Bomb.
Huh.
Mediocrity, right? But if it's
And of course, because Beldum would not want to take any form of responsibility whatsoever, Vivian has to go find it.
Oh yeah, I have to bring up another thing. I forgot to do this earlier. So
what happened,
in addition to Sony shutting down Right Stuff Anime's store, they're also not going to be honoring existing Right Stuff premium subscriptions.
excuse me.
Oh, fucking
Yeah, so
shit.
Right Stuff
So they're
got
not going to.
So Right Stuff had a subscription service called Got Anime, which
Okay.
provided discounts and like free shipping and stuff. I'm not really sure what all it had because I
Right.
wasn't subscribed to it, because I don't usually subscribe to those kinds of things. But they apparently you're not going to be honoring Got Anime subscriptions anymore, which is quite strange. I'd almost think that that there'd be some kind of legal trouble about that.
You would think that with the merger and Sony buying it, there would be like, oh, if you since you paid for their subscription service and we're buying the company, your subscription service will be transferred to Crunchyroll
I
or
swear,
something like
Sony
that,
is
right?
trying
That only makes a lot of that makes a
to
lot of
have an
sense.
entire monopoly over the anime industry, and it's
Yeah.
just ridiculous.
I
I
kind
don't
of
understand
hope.
why of all companies, Sony, why are they trying to buy out a lot of the anime industry, dub and sub?
Yeah.
Like, what do they plan to gain, considering they're practically shit on anything anime based or Japan based for that matter?
I don't
Oh,
know.
the bedsheet ghost is here.
Anything that's even close to Japanese, they practically ignore or take a shit on.
Oh god,
seems.
guys. So it turns out blah blah. So it turns out the bedsheet ghost can't jump. So he's more wider than I am.
Okay.
Huh. I'm coming for you, Spider. What?
So now
I'm
I gotta
coming for
guess
you,
this
Spider-Man.
guy's
Hang on.
name. I know his
Spider-Man the
name,
cat.
but the game won't let me guess. Until I meet certain requirements. So Alex, what do you believe this monster's name is?
Dicks.
I'll give you a hint. Okay, so far what we know about him is he likes to call us slick, and he's a bedsheet ghost, and he also can't jump, and he's also
So the-
more wider than I am because he can't jump.
So the cat's name is Spider-Man. How is this cat getting through these grates?
Guys, give me a good name to name this guy.
Oh, that explains it.
Dick with a Z.
No.
Ass with 2 S's.
No.
How is that safe? There's a guy
Balls.
looking directly at me. Yeah, there's a
Okay.
guy. There was a guy right
How
there.
about
Dick fuck. Ass.
Is that
Not
guy in
ass.
danger?
S.
how about
Ding-a-ling.
English?
Okay, I
Johnny
fucked that up.
English.
Spider-Man is really bad at stealth.
Wrong mundo, little nobody. Who named their kid that? Prepare for doom, slick. Yuck,
Are we doing a
yuck,
dramatic
yuck.
reading?
Why do you care if I read or not?
I mean, it does kind of make it difficult for the rest of us to talk.
Cringe. That's the one
And
word
since we
I have.
and since we can't do any damage to him, run away.
And I punched that guy straight in the dick, just like this is Spaceballs.
Oh,
punched
yeah,
him-
I
Balls,
I punched him right in the-
balls, balls,
I
balls,
punched him right in the spider balls.
balls, balls,
my
balls, balls,
arachnids.
balls, 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 balls.
Make him stop. Get him off my stream, please.
Fucking
That was the woman who responded to the balls. Gizmo, you remember.
yeah, I do. I wonder what happened to that lady.
This
Did you
is
have any
also
more-
why I like AI. I can shitpost and mess with people with AI. It's fucking funny.
Did you have any more magnetic ferret updates?
Let me see if
There we
there
go.
are any.
That guy's fucking dead.
No, I'm not. I mean, what?
Hello, Vivian.
Oh
And
god.
now we gotta help Vivian find the super bomb.
Super bomb.
Oh,
Yeah. Even if
monkey.
this version of the game, the Switch version of the game, is gonna have some issues, because I am kind of looking forward to being able to play Paper Mario Thousand Year Door without, emulating or needing to pay a couple of $100 for it.
Oh god.
I also like
I've
the
s-
novelty of having multiple, of having a disc game on a cartridge.
Here you are, Vivian.
It doesn't sound like it doesn't really sound like, that hokey if you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's kind of my thoughts. It's like, hang on, which way is way? That way is not way, this way is way. I went the right direction. And I went the wrong.
Weird. So evidently, the bedsheet ghost not only stole my body, but also stole my name.
Everybody get in line. Everybody turn
And we're gonna be traveling around with Vivian.
right.
Have any of you guys played, or rather seen Spaceballs?
Yes.
I watched it
Well, that
again quite
doesn't-
recently. I think it holds up still.
It's been over like
All right.
a decade since I've seen it, though.
It doesn't look like there is there hasn't been that many updates to the magnetic fair as of late.
It's funny how Spaceballs being a parody, it was somehow better at doing its thing than the Star Wars sequels were.
Balls. They became parodies by themselves.
Yeah.
The sacred Jedi texts.
It's also kind of hilarious. I was gonna say something and then I completely lost it. This is
Oh, great.
quite
The bedsheet goats is back. He
unfortunate. I'm gonna try and get that thought back in my head.
looks sort of familiar. You know, Vivian, if you couldn't guess that the body that this guy's inhabiting is Mario, oh, then I don't know. Okay, so
There's more news
let's
on
let's name you after the first a after the first question mark rifle, Silver.
Oh, since you've been speaking about Spider-Man after a while, there is some news. Ultimate Spider-Man series will be coming back in January 2024, and Jonathan Hickman will be writing it, and Marco Cicchito will be doing the art.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
this will take place in the new Ultimate Universe after Ultimate Mr. Fantastic brings it back. He offers, he offers Miles Morales to come back, but he tells him, if he ever changes his mind, he can contact him. No thoughts on that?
Not really.
I think it's pretty cool.
Mm.
Okay, so in terms of party members from previous game, Vivian's role is essentially a Bao from Paper Mario 1. So essentially he oh my
Ow.
god.
Oh, look at that. Another incapacitated / dead villain. Uh-huh. You guys are fucking stupid.
So essentially, I'm sorry, it's just after playing this game for so long, I'm just so used to referring to Vivian as a she. So
Get out of here while you can, kid, even though,
So I apologize to you guys if I end up doing that out of habit.
I
I
don't
just
even know
broke
what
that.
y'all are talking about.
I just broke that man's neck with an axe kick.
Alex, you understand what I'm saying, right?
He's
I
fucking
totally-
dead. Look at these
I'm
corpses
kinda
twitching
sedated
here.
right now.
Captain,
Speaking of
kinda
manner,
What y'all are talking about.
speaking of Spider-Man,
manner,
I said
no.
I'm sedated, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Speaking of
Vivian
manner of
is
speech,
this.
former New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says free speech is a weapon of war and censorship is necessary to protect freedom of speech.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's okay.
If I didn't take Red Crim earlier, I'd be so pissed.
That is a very strange thing. So we also got to bring up something here that Justin Trudeau did recently. Justin Trudeau, who hosted a former member of the Nazi Party, a former, I believe he was Waffen SS, actually. I gotta,
wow.
yeah, as a hero for fighting against the Russians in World War II. Remind me who are the Russians fighting in World War II? All right, it was the Nazis.
Yeah, they were the good guys in that war.
Yeah, the Soviet Union aren't exactly good, but like, come on, guys.
Yeah, they were our allies during that war.
Yeah. Like, did I not? Oh, I gotta use the venom or charge up the generator. Okay.
But Alex, you understand what I was saying earlier,
yeah, no,
right?
I gotcha.
It's like after playing this game for so long and just, not knowing for years that Vivian was a guy in Japan. It's like
You didn't
it's a
expect that
force
from
of
a Japanese
habit for
game?
me. It's a force of habit for me at this point, referring to Vivian as a she.
It's also funny though because Justin Trudeau had previously referred to the Freedom Convoy truckers as being Nazis.
Wow.
I wouldn't take it that far.
Oh, and then he hosted an actual Nazi. Excuse me, as a parliamentary guest of honor. But
Yeah, let me put it this way.
hang on.
It's best to put someone on a podium up to say stupid shit to prove he's stupid, rather than keep him away from prying ears. Keep him away from prying ears. Otherwise, more people will wonder and want to hear what he says.
Dude, Justin Trudeau. For some reason, Justin Trudeau just can't seem to fucking lose, because this is the man who repeatedly did blackface prior to being Prime Minister. Or, this is a guy
Oh my god,
who
I
has
forgot
done
all
and
about
said so much stupid shit. And, like, I don't even get it, how he gets away with all the stuff he does.
I don't get how he's
I
still
forgot
involved in
about
politics.
My god. I forgot all about that shit. How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good.
We're
I've
living.
been better.
Where's your Space Invader?
Ow! Fucking hell.
She's right next to me.
My Space Invader
There's also-
is not on the bed yet, but he will be.
There's also quite a few... Ow. There's also quite a few, Evangelion Asus collaboration products that have been announced.
Asus, like a computer company?
Yeah, like the computer company. Hey,
Huh.
they're, Unit 2 motherboards, Unit 2 keyboards, Unit 2 graphic cards, Unit 1 graphic cards, I believe.
Huh. I mean, if they were a real company, if Nerve were a real company, they would do something like this.
Oh, well, yeah, that... Fun fact, that's a joke I made in, Evangelion Alternative Saga, actually.
Yeah.
Several... That was... I will note that that's the year that The Boys came out.
Boys. Speaking
Yeah.
of...
Yeah, mouse...
speaking of
they have Evangelion mouse anti-slip grip to... Ow! Big fat bastard! Stop fighting me!
the slip grip big fat bastards. Oh, damn. I
Yeah.
didn't know they went that far. No, but speaking of gaming equipment, there's some gaming news about Bite Kaitos HD remaster. Someone found some cringy remark. Someone found that someone inserted a cringy remark. Apparently.
To,
Oh no, the horror.
Like how so?
Okay, so someone took a screenshot of it, and apparently, if you search someone's bookshelf, what comes up is is that someone finds a book called Becoming the Perfect Life, and the dialogue box reads,
yeah, I saw
Becoming the Perfect Life. You flip open a random page and it says, listen to and obey your husband's every whim. Yikes. People didn't like that because it was cringe it was really cringe, and then there was a tweet that summed it up perfectly. The original was itself a social statement. Listen and obey to your husband's every whim.
I mean,
The
it
game
wasn't
isn't saying that
portrayed as being
the game is-
good.
right, but the original was itself a social statement. Listen and obey to your husband's every whim. The game isn't saying that's good. It's meant to satirize traditional social norms by exaggerating them. So it is already cringe by itself. The yikes makes it doubly cringe.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it was already kind of yikes to find something like that, but to outright just put in yikes or that's sexist or so problematic or something like that at the end, that makes it doubly cringe. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of shit in my games.
Nope.
I know what you mean.
Jelly bean.
Yo, I know the stream isn't over, but I'm tired, so I'm gonna duck out.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good night.
day, Mason.
Huh. They have an Evangelion themed power supply that comes in an Evangelion themed case. I don't need a new power supply for my computer, but can I get that case instead?
You might want to get on. You might want to get on Sony's case because they have one that people didn't expect, and that was Vincent Valentine not being playable in the Final Fantasy VII remake.
I don't necessarily know that that's on Sony. That could very easily be on Square Enix. It's entirely possible.
Why?
'Cause we
Vincent's
have,
a major character.
because we do have two different villains in this.
Even if Vincent's an optional party member to acquire in the original Final Fantasy VII
Yeah,
game.
the fact
Aim-
is, he and Yuffie are both, while optional, they became major players later on, and like the movies, the comics, the manga,
Yeah.
the other games and stuff like that. They were popular enough to come back in every way, and
Hello,
now they're
Mr.
just.
Parrot.
Here's some news about that. What's up with Vincent? Vincent Valentine's brief appearance was an exciting highlight of the Rebirth story trailer at September's PlayStation State of Play.
Oh yeah,
We won't
Final
reveal the
Fantasy
char-
VII Rebirth being the second of the remake series.
What happened to those weirdos who were just here? Whatever.
We won't reveal the character's nature for newcomers, but he, like Yuffie, was an optional party member in the original game, so I asked Square if that would be the case again. Nomura confirms Vincent joins the group as part of Rebirth's main story this time, but unfortunately, he won't be playable. Instead, the brooding warrior simply accompanies the party like Red 7 did in Remake. Nomura explains that this is the case because in the original, Vincent joins the party during the back end of the story. Based on that answer, it sounds like we won't be wielding Vincent's power ourselves until the yet to be titled third entry arrives. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches on February 29th for PlayStation 5.
Vincent literally joins you after you discover him and as you're about to leave.
Yeah.
That's woefully inaccurate. It's like first you gotta fight an optional boss after cracking open the safe. Then you gotta go fight. Then you gotta go confront Sephiroth in the library within in the manor. Then and right and then after opening up Vincent's coffin and trying to talk to him and whatnot, and he refuses to come out. Later on, he'll be like, "Wait, I should come with you." Well, that's the scenario.
There's also more gaming news, and it has to do with Persona 3. We already heard about the armband being replaced by some action figure looking thing, right? Because apparently they're making theories that the armband might be linked to Nazism because of those certain people that don't play games. There's another one, and it has to do with the Persona 3 Reload trailers. Because apparently
Because
in the Japanese version of the trailer, they showed puddles of what's clearly blood, but in the English version, for some reason, it's all blacked out.
I was hoping that you were going to say white it out so that I could make the obvious joke, but
Yeah, the jizz jokes, but you know, that only happened once.
has Andy Samberg been by?
Who?
Andy Samberg?
La, 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 la.
Have you Jizz in My Pants, the song?
I'm not gonna know that guy's name at the top of my head. I only know him by that song. Why do you think a lot of my? Why do you think a lot of the times where I recognize someone, I'm like, "Hey, you."
yes,
I mean,
you.
I mean, he is a
That's part of the
famous
joke.
comedian
That's part of the
and
joke.
actor.
I know him, but I don't know him. Oh, other thing is some other stuff was revealed, like how in the Japanese version of the trailers, it showed the guy that looks like Jesus Christ. I don't know. I haven't played the game fully yet.
Takayo.
Yeah, Kaio, whatever his name is. He finds a guy transported to his area, and he's holding onto his gun. Right, the guy runs away, and then Kaio points his revolver in his direction off screen, and then a loud bang starts echoing once the screen turns to black. The English trailer, however, it still shows him holding onto his gun as it's holstered in his pants, but the guy runs away from Kaio, and that's it. You don't see him taking out his gun. You don't see. You don't hear a click. You don't even hear a bang. He just outright doesn't take his gun out. some people have theorized that because the rating system is different in Japan and the US, that they had to censor this stuff in the trailer.
Oh, sorry, man. I just
But
broke your window that they were trying to break.
some people have theorized because how the rating system is different in Japan and the US. Gore being allowed in the US but not in Japan, and vice versa. And when it comes to sex.
It's like America, it's like you could show all the violence you want, but Lord help you if you so much as show a nipple.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. People have been theorizing because of how the ratings are different. They had to edit the trailers a bit so they can with the the social, not the social standards. They
Hang
can
on.
they can meet a consensus with
What
the
the
ratings
fuck?
board.
Driver was
But
killed.
at the
Why'd you
same
kill the
time though,
fucking
I'm
driver?
thinking at the same time though, I'm thinking if you're gonna edit a trailer, that means you would also have to edit the game. So why bother edit it at all if
All
you're just trying to
right.
appease to the
So we already
ESRB?
know this monster's name is Dupless.
Yeah, I don't know.
The same thing. Apparently,
I wasn't gonna fucking buy that version of the game anyways. Apparently, hey,
I
they
love
just
this
cut a bunch
reaction,
of
Alex.
shit out of it.
yeah,
Alex, just look at this stream.
there's a lot of problems
This
when it comes
reaction
to
is amazing.
there's a lot of problems when it comes to
What?
guns to fucking.
What did you just say?
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like there's a bias when it comes to guns too, because someone is comparing a Shin Megami Tensei game called Strange Journey Redux, the 3DS, and they're comparing the American and the Japanese artwork. The Japanese artwork, it shows the main girl holding a gun, but in the US version it just shows her holding out her hand as if she's trying to grab something.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the cover art for the Metal Gear Solid? Not Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear original novelization for the NES.
There was a novelization.
Yeah, there was a novelization of Metal Gear Solid, and not Metal Gear Solid, and Metal Gear or the NES game, and it's very strange.
Metal
The
Gear.
cover art, her edits is like 1-to-1 to the NES, except for the fact that it edits out Snake's gun. And therefore, her makes it look like he's making a jerking off gesture.
Why?
I don't know, because apparently they weren't allowed to show guns on the cover.
Of course. Oh, and apparently someone just discovered in Persona 3 Reloaded they censored any form of exposed panties.
Of course they did.
You can guess how. Time's up. Black Void.
There are no panties. There is only the void.
There is no pussy, only the void. There is no pelvis, only the void. There is no waist, only the void.
There are no bones.
Where
down by
are
the
her
hips.
organs?
That's the time when we should start asking.
Yeah, legitimately.
And people got on the One Piece character design for, or being top heavy and bottom heavy, but not.
Speaking of cringe, there's more. It's not an official release of a video game, nor is it DLC. It is a mod that has been released on Game Banana, for Persona 4 Golden specifically on PC, and it's called Remove Cringe Events. That would mean
Oh, you mean the events that are necessary to help enhance your social stats that are needed
right.
for
And
social links?
For those who don't know, the PC version of Persona 4 Golden, Steam or GOG or wherever else, mind you, it's just on PC. You're able to install mods for Persona 4 Golden. That would mean, costumes, music, glitches and bugs removed, stuff added, that kind of thing. This mod, on the other hand, removes story progression altogether, specifically the cross-dressing pageant, the hot springs event, the camping trip, and the group date cafe event where they go to a club-looking place and they get drunk off of the atmosphere. I know what I said. And not only do they remove all these events, they remove any characterization
Oh.
and basic, character growth from the game.
So now, the good thing is we can kind of keep this discussion short, because we can just say, that's cringe, and move on. But unfortunately, we do have to
Yeah.
kind of comment on the fact that other places has had removed the no pronouns mod from Starfield. Well,
Yeah, I brought that up when I tweeted about that.
They left this one up, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought that up. Like, apparently this is fine, but apparently if I want to remove pronouns from my game, or if I want accurate triangulations, I'm the bad guy somehow.
Yeah.
So God forbid I want
How do you guys
accurate
know where I am?
translations.
You can't
So God
fucking
forbid
see
I
me.
want accurate. So God forbid I want accurate translations from my Fire Emblem game that just came out. God forbid I don't want pronouns in my fucking game that doesn't even address you in any from either gender. I said either gender. I know what I said. Fucking snowflakes. But God forbid I don't. But God forbid I don't want any of that in my games. But Game Banana is okay with you removing quote unquote cringe events from your game. Why is it
Even
cringe?
even
Why
though
is it
those
cringe,
cringe
Game
events
Banana?
are necessary to help your social stat. That's what you
Right, but
need for social
here's
links.
here's what I'm getting at. Why is it cringe? Why to them
Well,
is it cringe? Either
everything
of
is
these cringe
cringe to
events.
somebody.
But here's the thing. This is an anime. This is a RPG that has an anime aesthetic.
Right.
Why to them specifically are any of these events in this RPG cringe to them? Is it because in the cross-dressing pageant the guys dress up as girls? Is it because in the hot springs the high schoolers are in towels and are almost not really though naked? Is it because in the camping trip you decide to be a kid? Is it
Probably.
because in the group date event you're in a group date? What part of this is cringe? Cross dressing has been seen as a comedic, as seen as comedic for a lot of reasons, for every reason since the dawn of time. Only now has it been seen as something cringe. Why? Hot springs. You're telling me that going to a public spring to relax and just chill, talk about your problems, just mess around is cringe somehow? Why? Why? Okay, a camping trip.
I mean, the
Okay.
guys are more.
Let's see.
I mean, in that scenario, the guys are more naked than the girls.
Right. But what I'm saying is they're not concentrated on the fact that these girls and guys are practically naked. They're more the game is more concentrated on the fact that they finally have some time together and are bonding.
Yeah.
Sure, there's like a one or two, jokes about nudity, like the guys accidentally coming into the girls' bath, or
Well, the thing is that
fucking
it was their
Naruto
turn by
being
that point.
Naruto being a bigger chested lady than all the others somehow.
That
You
was
know, or
always that was
I
always
always
is
found
kind
that
of funny
I
to
always found
me.
that yeah, I always found that funny. Like she's the one that's got a bigger chest than everyone else, even though
Except
it.
for Mitsuru.
Eh,
No, it's true. Oh, Gizmo. Mitsuru's
but either
got.
way, why are these seen as cringe? I don't get it. I get the fact that some people might see anime moments in general as cringe, like say an adult woman making
I mean,
faces or acting like a child or something like that. I can
you're
see that as
basically asking
cringe.
Tumblr her to objectively state why the stupid things they believe either are things they believe, you know? Well, it's not an
Here's
answer
the
you're
thing,
ever
though.
gonna get.
Here's the thing, though. If there are certain anime moments in general, not just anime moments in one show or another, just in general, if they say those are cringe, I'll be like, okay, depends. Like, let's say a grown ass woman, like say in her 50s, right? is trying to act like a high school girl, and she's clearly older than she's clearly older, right? And she's doing all this, kawaii shit, saying that she's in this club, that club. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from, or the fact that this little girl is trying to act all grown up, so she's trying to talk as loud as she can and make all these noises that I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. Little kids can be little shits, but it's like these are events, these are moments.
Well,
These are not outright characters or behaviors. These are just moments just outright moments in gaming that the characters decide to do.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can talk about it in terms of like, oh, this might be, I like it except for this, but then eventually you get to a point where it's like, I like it except for all of the things that make it what it is. Like, it's like taking somebody who hates superhero movies seriously as like criticism for a superhero film. Like I would not take, like, well, for instance, I wouldn't necessarily take Martin Scorsese's criticisms of superhero films as writ for what I should do to make them better, because like his standard is very strange. And like some of the things he said, it makes sense. A lot of the things he said about modern superhero films are not that sensible. Well, like it's one of those things where it's a case by case kind of basis, and he's just not what I'd call hang on, there we go. Not what I'd call exactly a reliable source on that, because he started complaining about things before they actually got bad, and like people were bitching about like film as product before film as product was an actual like issue, because they were still putting out good films at the time.
I'm just man, like mods that add content or put back content that have been removed or for any reason, those makes a lot more sense to me, because if they change a name, if they removed something that was never supposed to be in the game in the first place, or removed at the last minute and made it, or for any reason, that makes sense to me. It just baffles me that it just baffles me to the point that now we are getting mods that remove events from games, and it just to me shows that these games are not meant for the people that actually want this mod.
Oh yeah, obviously. That's been an issue for a while. Or
I'm not gonna well, I don't like sports simulators or certain sports simulators, like if you give me Slugfest or NBA Jam or fucking
that's arcade.
backyard,
That's not
yeah, like
that's not 100%
backyard
sim.
baseball. Yeah, like backyard
I like
baseball, backyard football, Mario
Come back to
Strikers,
normal.
Mario Strikers, Mario Sluggers, NFL Blitz, those kind of things. I'll play them to no end because those are the kind of games I like. Sports games with some fantasy elements or fictional elements. There's no way in real life I'm gonna pull off tackling the fucking ref. There's no way I'm gonna be allowed to set my baseball on fire and then pitch. You don't see me getting, Madden games or MLB games and just give it zeros because it has zero
It kind of
events of
reminds
me.
me of that one video that Purple Eyes WTF made on that one guy who gave this review to an SSX game. Apparently, the guy it gave it 5s across the board, except for one thing. He
What did he
thought
say?
he said that the game overall deserved a 2 out of 5 just because the music sucked. The
Okay.
game had custom soundtracks.
That's
Does
hilarious.
this guy hate his own music?
So,
and he
something
and he
else.
was like, and he was gonna make the guy walk his cat.
So did you guys see that the Separate Ways campaign in Resident Evil 4 got separated out and put into a DLC
Yeah,
campaign?
I
Yes,
saw
this
that.
is
And
what
that's
I was
stupid.
afraid of. I brought this up. I was afraid that they would do this for so long. Like, there's so much content on Resident Evil 4. I was afraid it would be addition by subtraction. And
Yeah.
I called it. Like, they were gonna. I know that they were gonna remove some of these things from the game and then add it back in as updates or DLC. And DLC was what I was most afraid of. There's no way I'm going to pay $20 for a campaign that takes me less than an hour to complete.
Yeah. Well, okay, so something I saw, excuse me, that was really ridiculous was somebody saying, and this is Jaw Muncher on Twitter, said, "Kinda crazy Capcom charged only $10 for Separate Ways considering the first time playthrough length is easily around 3+ hours." Which, this would easily be a $20 DLC with a lot of other games, and honestly, you know, like, if that's what you're gonna say, if that's the best thing you can say about that, that's more of an indictment into the rest of the industry than it is like a point of praise for Capcom, you know? Like, I'm old enough to remember back when we got this as for free with every other version of Resident Evil 4 you bought.
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah.
you guys circling the fucking block?
For those who just don't play these kind of games or don't play that many horror games in general, Resident Evil 4, it didn't matter which version you picked, whether it be GameCube, PS2, Wii, or even the physical PC that Ubisoft was in charge of porting, surprisingly enough. You were able to, after
Well, it was also
completing
Source
Resident Evil
Next
4,
who did that, and Source Next are a fucking awful
right.
programming house.
Right. So basically, what it is that after you complete the Resident Evil 4 main campaign, you have the option of playing of 3 other modes. That's the New Game Plus, which gives you new weapons and costumes. Mercenaries mode, which you can keep on playing until you unlock more areas and characters to play as, such as Wesker, Hunk, and so on. But the last one is the most relevant right now, and that would be Ada's side story, where she plays Ada to try and capture the T virus sample and just
not
get the hell out
T-Virus,
of there.
it's Las Plagas.
Yeah, the
Las
Plagas
Plagas,
sample, yeah.
Las Plagas, T virus, the flu. It could be smallpox. She just came there to get a sample of whatever virus is going on at that area. Either way, though, you're able to unlock everything for free through gameplay. And because of that, you're able to unlock other stuff, such as more weapons and more costumes, depending on which version you played. Such as the Michael Jackson suit, the typewriter, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I do have to point out that this is the
And Bowser's gonna try to get to Glitzbit yet again.
Yeah, for all the versions that came out past the GameCube original. Well, the GameCube version did not have any of that content and available originally, so.
By the way, Alex, so since this is an even numbered chapter, that means I get to play as Bowser in a Super Bowser Bros scenario. He's gonna attempt to try to get to the Glitz Pit with just the Koopa Clown car and nothing else. How well do you think that's gonna go?
Poorly, assuming that this is Bowser we're talking about.
How did you guess?
Funny thing about the cringe mod is that it hit gaming news, and the title is Persona 4 mod removing cringe events sparks controversy.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that we would have looked at back in the day and said, "Oh, that's really fucking stupid," and moved on.
It is.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
no.
it is really fucking stupid. I understand that. And all I'm saying is that this is the kind of thing that wouldn't have been. Oh, hey, J. Jonah Jameson is still online. Okay, that's cool. This is the kind of
Guessing you
thing.
prefer J. Jonah over.
Yes, I do. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that would never have made gaming news previously. It's a mod that an idiot created to help their precious little sensibilities. Is like I'm not going out here trying to mod out the fucking Bumblebee Club from Final Fantasy VII. I don't even know what the hell I'd mod out of a game, honestly. Because unless it's a glitch or like just shit that doesn't work, I don't usually install mods, like unless it's an enhancement thing. I don't install
like
stuff
for
that
Sonic
removes
Adventure.
things. Yeah, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Fallout 1.
The only thing I remember anybody actually, the only kind of mod I actually know of that actually removes something are the international naming mods. But even then, they at least that's not really a removal; it's a replacement and an
Yeah.
accurate translation.
Oh, apparently, Cat Turd got swatted during his podcast, by the way.
Alex,
Who?
look at
Yeah.
all the stuff Cammy's got on her. Just look at all this.
Oh, wow. That is too much shit.
She clearly had way too much fun at the Glitzville.
Let me just read the article here just to give you an idea how big a video this was made. Let's see. A Persona 4 Golden mod has players divided after certain events cringe.
0112.
A Persona 4 Golden mod has players divided after calling certain events cringe despite the series' long accepted use of fan service and anime cliches. The mod called Remove Cringe Events removes multiple events such as hot springs, camping trip, cultural festival, cross-dressing pageant, and group day cafe. Wow, they actually didn't mention the cultural festival. That's even okay.
Hmm.
The response is similar to the recent Starfield controversy that has, and some users have highlighted how some reactions could be considered hypocritical.
Clean
And
power will save the world. Why hasn't it saved it by now?
they gave an example. Y'all in the comments real heated about an optional mod. Yeah,
I mean,
I just like the mod to remove pronouns in Starfield. That got pretty heated, eh?
yeah, this is...
Meanwhile, another user remembered that you control the buttons you press,
Why am I in
reminding
first?
gamers that they should be empowered to curate their own experiences when playing video games, whether that means installing mods, selling self-imposed limits, setting self-imposed limits, and other ways to have fun. Don't worry, this one won't be banned. I will simply not download it. The creator of the mod responded to the controversial naming of the mod, saying that it was just an easy term to catch all the events. The creator offers no particular insight as to why they use the word in particular. You can read a description of the mod below. Lets you remove the hot springs camping trip, cultural festival, crossing pageant, and group day cafe events from the game. By default, all these events are removed. However, you can change this in the mod's configuration to so only certain ones are. I realize the mod's name is a bit blunt, and people may have a problem with that. It was just the best name I could come up with without literally naming every event it removes like the 32-bit version. It's not meant to be a serious commentary on the events of the game. The Persona series is known for its cute characters and RPG gameplay mixed with the VN-style dating and social events. The mod may represent a recent trend of consumers vocally admonishing fan service. And they just tell you what platforms the Persona 4 Golden game is available on.
Okay, then.
Hey,
And there's
don't-
actually some comments
don't ever
here that
knock Midtown High. That's where Peter Parker went. Honestly, I kind of want to move on from this because it's not really. This is the kind of. This is the kind of topic I want to let
this
die
just...
on the vine if possible. Well, you know.
Yeah. And the thing is
it's just a matter of timing. If this had come out, if this mod had come out like before Starfield or a couple of months down the line, nobody would have even thought about it. But it's just because this stupid bullshit was in the fucking public consciousness, is that that it popped up. I just want to bring up here. So, Cat Turd got swatted during a podcast, and quote, the caller pretended to be me and told the cops I've stabbed someone, had a gun, and was going to kill myself. This is the result of being doxxed over and over by leftist outlets. I don't know the veracity of that claim. Maybe, yeah. I presume, if he's been doxxed. You can imagine how dangerous this is. He's okay, pets are okay, local cops are alright, doing fantastic according to him. And so yeah, well, that's interesting. I have no idea who Cat Turd is, and I have never listened to his podcast. So.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on briefly. I had something I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember what it was. It was something Spider-Man related.
And I've just ended up entering the house of a cranky
wonderful.
Bob.
We have beanie lesbians in this game. Actually, you know what? I can't tell if that one's a lesbian or not. Her name's Gloria, so I presume so.
By the way, Alex, you want to know something interesting in the game? So, as it turns out, back when me and my family were first playing in this game, because back in the day we used to just play the games together, me and my sisters. My older sister would get on my case about my apparent favoritism of Vivian as a party member in this game as opposed to anybody else. To the point where she said that I had a quote-unquote crush on Vivian.
Lol.
Oh, dear. Amanda, I hate to tell you this, but why did you accuse me of being gay?
Gay!
To be fair on her, she didn't know either.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. No, I didn't want to hear the story. God damn it, Luigi. We don't care. Sorry.
Roxanne.
I'm so sorry.
They said they disabled comments on this mod, too.
Oh, lovely.
Lame.
That just proves they're that level of insecure. By the way...
Oh, never mind.
The trouble that we ended up receiving was from this little burglar, Miss Mouse.
So we've got ourselves a new mysterious figure here.
Ah, yes. The Tinkerer, who is in no way the same character.
That is some whack ass fucking arms you got there, buddy.
Okay, so the thing I ended up the one thing that made Vivian really useful in this game, especially to me, it was her super rank, or if you get Vivian to super rank, and let's just say she'll be able to do quite a bit of damage to all the enemies even before you. And yes, it's kind of like boom shakalaka. You know what would be a really useful mod, speaking of which, Alex?
Yeah?
Every single finisher, but with the boom shakalaka sound effect.
That sounds great.
It would be hilarious. I mean, obviously it would get old, but come on.
Yeah.
It would be worthwhile.
Ow! Fucking hell.
I mean, hell, we've seen what Moist Critical can do with that soundbite. If you've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, you would get it. But if not, go check it out. It's hilarious.
Speaking of hilarious, there's some news about a new study about NFTs and how 95% of them their values have dropped to zero.
Oof.
More
yeah.
than 23 million people have invested in them, and now they're just worthless. And just for context, they're more worthless than the penny.
Oh yeah,
Ouch.
I have to mention in something else that's on a related note here. So Warner Brothers was selling blind packs of NFTs of the of Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring in UHD with a bunch of
Right.
special features and stuff. You could
Right.
already get in a multi-pack with all of the other movies for, relatively the same price. As they sold
Yeah.
those blind packs for like $30 a piece. For around the same price you could have gotten in the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy for. Plus The Hobbit, if you wanted to go a little bit extra. And I looked over on the their marketplace to see what the basic ones were selling for, and they were selling for $10 or less. People paid $30 to $40 for these booster packs, depending on when they bought them, and they are now worth a third, less than a third sometimes, for most of them, for the standard versions. Should have just bought the Blu-ray, motherfucker.
Yep.
For trading cards.
Well, it's not trading cards. It's like a version of the movie that's playable via Web 3. Whatever the fuck that means.
Web 3? What even is that?
Part of the Warner Brothers Web 3 movie experience. It seems like the only film that they released through that, because the first new film they released through that process was The Flush. Literally one of the worst films they could have possibly tried, and they released it through their Web 3 platform. Not exactly a must-have. Could have gone for something like Justice League. Could have gone for something like Man of Steel. Could have gone on for, well, could have gone with the Joker, but then again, and all of this is stuff that's like, the hell? All of this is stuff that's, old, and this was released with the release of the film. Meanwhile, I think the only one that actually retained any value was their Web 3 version of Superman the movie, which was more limited than the other two for some reason. That's probably why it retained its value. In other news, the Tommy Oliver Master Morpher has sold out of 2 different versions. The version that was supposed to be shipping now has sold out, and then they replaced that with a pre-order for the one that was going to be released in November. And I was going to get in on that, but I wasn't sure when they were going to charge for it,
I totally want one, man. I love
yeah.
I love the Tommy Oliver character, and I totally want the Master Morpher.
I hope they wind up putting this up on Amazon or something. And I hope they go for a third run, because I'm just gonna, legitimately, I am just gonna cop it. And I might even get 2, just so I can...
Here's what I dread about it, though. Because of how popular the Tommy Oliver character is, and because of his unfortunate death, him going away too soon, there's going to be people that are going to mark it up if they don't make enough of these.
Well, they did have a 2 per person limit on Hasbro Pulse, and this is a very well, I don't, probably because people like to buy one for display and then keep the other one in the box, and that's understandable. It's a reasonable amount, because
yeah.
Oh, it's Finn. Oh my god, that's totally unexpected. Not. I definitely didn't see that coming.
Except we totally did.
I'm barely paying attention to this plot. I'm literally.
And
just
you already
playing
guessed the twist. It's behind the Tinkerer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That whole that whole thing
Insomniac.
about
Come on, guys.
yeah, we got this whole thing about the fucking Roxxon Corporation and renewable energy and stuff. And how they have an issue with Roxxon, you know?
Why do they keep bringing back the Tinkerer? He was literally just a
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Gizmo. The Tinkerer is now a woman.
he's a shit character. Nobody cares about him. Dude, you know what he originally was? He was a guy in a repair shop that charged people only a dime to fix their shit. That's it. And he turned into a villain for literally no reason.
I see. By the
He was
way, so what I was doing back in Hooktail Castle for was to acquire the an attack effects badge for Miss Mouse.
I can hear you pressing the buttons more than a damn fake gamer on a movie from Disney Channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you remember the wizard?
The
Yeah.
wizard was a lot more fucking believable.
In case you're wondering, yes, Gizmo, the game is telling me to repeatedly press a button, so I have
Press
to.
X to not die. Press X to
That's
not
game.
die.
That's an actual game title.
Yes, I know. Named after the quick
How do we
time
feel
event.
about Henry Slickman?
Henry Stickmin?
Yeah,
What
I
about
have
him?
not played Henry Stickmin.
I've seen in quite a bit of the games he's
He's
in, and
supposed to
I'm
be
like,
hilarious.
yeah, it is kind of funny.
I've heard they're hilarious.
They are.
Congratulations, you just won fifth place.
Let me guess, you're gonna punch me?
That was literally one of the dialogue choices, bro. If you knew about Henry Stickmin, you'd remember that.
Ah, okay, my bad. And I'm guessing when I was watching that, I wasn't.
If you ever feel useless, remember that the Henry Stickmin games have a skip cutscene button.
Why would you do that?
Dunno.
That's so dumb. You kind of need the cutscenes in order to, understand certain things.
Cutscenes are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I know.
I remember there was one where they're on a mission and you need to get a bottle of 40 for some reason, but the problem was you don't have ID. So, one of the dialogue choices was that you're gonna beg the convenience store worker to give it to you, and the conversation will go, "But I want it." Yeah, well, I want my dick sucked. You don't see that happening, do you? And then you see Henry Stickmin gently caress his hand over his, and then he just quickly says, "Don't touch me."
Oh my god.
Oh, those people are fucking dead. Miles. Please, Miles.
The weird
I'm
thing
using
is,
our-
up until I saw that there were
There we go.
that there were
Do your thing, Miles.
info cards on the party members in this game specifically, I didn't know Miss Mouse was a member you could recruit in this game. Like I said, until I actually saw the thing.
Wow, that is definitely not how that would have worked in real life.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'll-
on the topic of the separate ways thing, though, I want to bring up that Undertale is $10 on Steam, and I've gotten probably like 50 hours out of each of out of that game, and probably more,
I don't doubt
honestly.
you.
And
I honestly don't doubt you at all.
and that's not even counting. That's like just counting gameplay. That's not counting anything else related to that game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
I believe you.
whoa, okay, and like that's an RPG with like shitloads of content, and we're about to Spider-Man 2 this shit here. I see.
But what about a
Now you
shitload
mean
of fuck?
Spider-Man Homecoming this shit?
MCU Spider-Man, eat your fucking heart out. Spider-Man's sidekick did this shit better than you did.
Okay.
Which one?
I saved one of the beanie lesbians. And the rest of the people on this bridge don't have facial features, so I guess we don't care if they die.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Mouse is actually useful for finding hidden treasures and whatnot.
Yeah. And I wound up, I think I only paid $3 for Undertale when I bought it on a Steam Winter Sale. Oh, about probably 4 or 5 years ago now. Oh, and like this game legitimately has shitloads of content that you can use, that you can play through without ever once coming close to the genocide route. And Deltarune is free.
Oof.
Meanwhile, and I think I got like 5-6 hours out of each chapter of Deltarune the first time I played it. And like I said, both of those are free. And then the Separate Ways DLC being $10 is kind of outrageous.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come with all that much content, and they still haven't fixed Ada's voice. Like that.
Oh God. They couldn't
fucking
just recast her.
the fucking Ada voice in that game is Spider-Man. Miles is finding out that he's the real Ghost Spider. Or what the fuck? Why is your first instinct to turn around?
Because he's an idiot.
Like, I'm invisible, I didn't disappear. I mean, like, I'm I went invisible, I'm still there.
I'm invisible. Can you see me?
And
Yes.
Miles'
Wow.
first instinct wasn't to immediately jump away, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, so
come
apparently
on, I gotta
Roxxon is now the bad guys. Even though it would have been nice if Roxxon got more than just an appearance in What Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer in the MCU.
I guess you got to take his rocks off then.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Gizmo, go sit in the
I'm going
corner.
to hell.
Yeah.
Ha, ha,
Yeah,
ha,
how many
ha, ha, ha,
other
ha, ha.
games? Because I got Devil May Cry 2 for like $3, and I played the hell out of that game. And that
I feel sorry for you.
well, it took me more than 3-4 hours to beat. Let's see.
Wait, which was
just-
the Devil May Cry?
Devil May
Play
Cry
Devil
2.
May Cry 2,
Devil May Cry 2, like the Devil May
aka
Cry.
the worst one.
Devil May Cry 1, I got that for like $4 or $5 too, and I played the hell out of that. Excuse me, Devil May Cry 3. Just looking around here briefly. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 2. I paid like $10 for that, and I got played all kinds of stuff out of that. N64 version of that game. I paid $10 for the Resident Evil remake. I paid five. It was either 5 or 10 for Resident Evil 0. Both of those for the GameCube. I've got other versions of the game. Just trying to think about the other things that would be better to spend your money on. I think I paid $15 for this game, actually.
Crack cocaine.
Crack is... I don't recommend this. This is not the official
Weed.
position of the Mehcast.
Crack
Weed-
is cheap.
I paid 50 cents for the Tomb Raider reboot. And, you know, you can joke about that being too much all you want, but, 50 cents is... It's not a bad game. I bought a couple of Humble Bundles over the years. I got all the Sonic games for $10, and I've got more than 10 hours of gameplay out of all of those. Paid $5 for Sonic Adventure 1 on the GameCube.
Yes.
I played that like 4 or 5 times.
I heard that was a weird port.
It's got some lighting issues, but ultimately it's not bad. It's one of those occasions where it's like, if that's the only version of the game you got, it's better than nothing.
One of those take it or leave it kind of things.
Like the game, yeah, like Miles using the Oh, we got a training montage, and we don't actually get to do anything here. Yay.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those, the games you can play are automatically better than the games you can't. And considering my Dreamcast had died by that point in time, well, my Dreamcast, my dad's Dreamcast had died at that point in time, we'd, you know, couldn't exactly play any games on there. So how did Miles make this new suit? I want to mention, and like, the music here is a borderline
It's hard
racist
work.
stereotype. I was gonna
Why
bring this
is
up
it?
on the title screen. You know, well, it's
Is
like,
he like eating chicken or something?
no, like the the classic suit is unlocked. That's cool. No, I'm talking about the music, as in like, oh, Feast toys have been stolen.
Rap?
Well, it's like Spanish, it's Hispanic trap music, and I don't mean
Huh.
I don't mean trap in like
I get
anime
what you're
trap.
saying. Yeah. Right. Right. I get what you're not saying. You know, I know that if someone refers to music
Ow.
as trap music, it's not going to refer to anime traps.
Yeah, I mean, I like, there isn't I think there are Astolfo songs.
Yeah, I think those are joke songs though.
Yeah.
Singing about femboys and shit.
Found some more time capsules. That's cool.
Well, first, before we
More skills to
go on this trek to between Twilight Town, and Bogly Woods, and in Petalburg, I gotta go back up the damn en route to Creepy Steeple again.
Yay. You're going back to the Creeple.
No,
Yeah.
please stop.
More upgrades for the holodrone.
Well, nah.
And now I can't afford anything. But I have unlocked a new suit mod slot. I'm now going to
Okay.
creates a concussive force when underground weapons are shattered. It decreases damage from melee attacks by 25%. Acts after a perfect dodge. I don't do perfect dodges that often, and they're not that easy to pull off. I want to unlock some more visor mods, though. Visor mods are cool. But I do hate how they have the stupid fucking eye moving thing.
Son of a bitch.
What happened? Is
Car got wrecked.
Speed Racer's kicking your ass?
It's not kicking my ass. It's giving me a swirly.
Swirly.
And now there's a crime in progress. Swear to God, if these guys are on top of a building,
Remember all that
they are
controversy
literally
over
on top of a building.
Remember the controversy over people thinking that you could outright assault teachers and give them swirlies?
Man, even if you could, what the fuck?
I get that the kid is strong, but he's not that strong.
Like, games are not reality. Like, oh,
No, they are not.
we're gonna
You can give a teacher a swirly that's really gross. Why did it happen to you? You can give teachers swirlies, but did it happen to you, bro? That's irrelevant. It sounds like you'd had one or two.
I mean,
Sorry, every time.
let's-
Sorry, I know. Oh, I know you guys aren't really
Are there more?
referring to.
Are there more? Where's the... Okay, well, apparently that guy just died off screen.
I know what you guys are referring to. It's just
What?
Enemy died on the way back to his own planet.
It's just anytime I might think of swirly, all I could think is Let's Player Josh Jepson's catchphrase.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't even know who that is.
He has been a guest star on the Runaway Guys before.
Oh.
On what?
The Runaway
Runaway
Guys.
Guy. Sugar
What even is
Conroy,
that?
Proton John, and Nintendo Capri Sun.
I've heard of all those guys.
I have not.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ, and you get on me for not knowing anything.
JonTron?
I know JonTron.
Is that who was on the list?
No, Proton
No,
John.
Proton John.
Oh, Proton John. I
Proton
only know of
John,
the
one of the
name.
original Let's Players.
I only know of the name, and I don't look up Let's Plays.
The only Let's Plays I really watch or like, honestly, I just go back and rewatch the Let's Drownouts. I watch all of Yahtzee Crowshaw's videos. Those over and over again that he did with Gabriel Morton.
Yeah, the funny thing is that John still hasn't finished his Let's Play of Superman 64. And my God, I could actually understand why it's taken so long for that to be finished.
Apparently, players are going to be able to ride Coney Island park rides in the Spider-Man 2 game.
Okay. Not
And Alex,
the
in
first
case you're
priority,
wondering
but
why,
not my first priority, but okay.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
saying in Resident Evil 4, you're finally able to drag the dead bodies of the
thank
villagers.
God.
It's like, okay, cool, but
Like,
what does that do for me?
Can you move? I can't take a picture of the truck license plate. If you can't, let me move. Game.
You gotta move.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Why can't
But do
I
you
move?
like to? Because I said so.
Hmm.
I can't see the license plate, game. Can I abandon this activity? Yes, I want to abandon the activity. Why am I frozen in place?
Because Miles wanted to do a freeze frame.
Freeze frame, freeze frame.
What if you mean a 5-second pose?
Yes.
He's not Edge. Chris, Edge, and oh yeah, that other dude.
I really like it when I pull off Super Guard in this game.
There are a lot, and I do mean a lot of side questy bullshit in this game.
Yep. Part of why I'm not a big fan of Miles Morales, more so than the original Spider-Man, because at the very least with Spider-Man 1, there wasn't as much side quest bullshit. And even if, and at least there was actually a reason for most of it.
Use the gravity well gadget that I don't have yet.
Whereas with Miles Morales, it's like most of this just happens because, the same reason why the crime stuff happened. And it's to give you stuff to do in the game.
If New York City is this much of a war zone, maybe we should consider calling in the Avengers. Because Spider-Man is clearly not doing enough to help things out. Not hell, Spider-Man is on vacation. He left his sidekick to handle...
Spider-Man is on vacation clapping Mary Jane's cheeks.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke earlier about them being on the beach.
They're
and
trying
Mary
to
Jane
create
saying,
Mayday Parker.
Yeah, Mary Jane saying how she doesn't want to get sand up there.
And Peter's like, sand up where? And Mary Jane's like,
didn't you want to do it on the beach? No, I ordered the drink sex on the beach.
Dumbass.
And MJ's like, oh, we'll have sex later.
And we can have
sex.
They would,
though.
Yeah,
they're like, he's like, we could have sex later. She's like, I know, I was just a little disappointed, that's all.
But you said you didn't want to get sand up there. Sand, that's the opposite
No,
of
no,
what
no.
you
No. She's disappointed in the fact that sex isn't happening in period, and not the fact that it's happening on the not the fact that it would supposedly be
Wow.
happening on the beach.
Fixed.
Okay, well,
Right.
this is really fucking stupid because now I have to deal. Why are the private military guys allowed to fucking just shoot their goddamn guns on the New York streets here?
Because they're the army.
I mean, the last group of private military people were allowed to do that.
Yeah, but you'd think we would have learned by now. I think that the NYPD should be getting involved in this point in time because there's just
You
too
forget
much.
what happened to Yuri Watanabe during
Oh, I didn't forget about that. I just don't care.
you forgot you just didn't care about the fact that Yuri became a full-on supervillain.
Don't you
And that
care?
was during the DLC, and I was very tired of the game at that point.
Alex, you would think that this would be worth paying attention to,
I know.
but
Has there
because
at
it's
this point,
crucial plot points.
a conversation about an open world superhero game? Has there been an open world My Hero Academia game yet? You
Nope,
would
and I
think
would have loved to see one.
you would think that they would have done that, something like that
Yeah,
at
because
least.
that would actually give My Hero Academia a bit more moolah, but no.
Yeah. But they probably don't want to foot the fucking bill. I am kind of worried about this thing where they say, you can ride the rides at Coney Island, and why is that a feature in this game? And well, not a feature in this game. But it's going to be a feature in the next game. Like, why
It
is this
must
going to be a feature in the next game?
it
Because
must be like a distraction from like the lack of updates that they're gonna have.
well, it's one of those things where I wonder what this was here instead of, Well, like you, this is something that you could have put time and effort into literally anything else, but you decided that instead to add a bunch of bullshit that nobody cares about. Like Duke Nukem Forever did the same thing. And there was a bunch of nonsense in the game that nobody cared about.
By the way,
What,
Alex, I have a
like turning the lights
question.
on? You mean like turning the lights on, picking up a turd, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the key. I get what you're coming from, considering those are supposed to be key features in Duke Nukem. You're supposed to be able to fuck around with the small things, but they
Yeah, but
made a big deal out of
they
that.
put so much emphasis on the little distraction-y bullshit that they
Yeah, that's
wound
what I'm
up
saying.
not doing the rest of the game right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could have just said, "Hey, you can do all, you're gonna get all this shit," and then try and play it up for laughs by going like, "Hey, you can do all this, but you know what? What the greatest feature is? You can turn the lights off." Something like that. But no,
Interesting.
they made it into a legitimate big feature. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, but
It's like
wasn't
it's
that
one of
always a
those
feature?
yeah. It's like those added details that nobody notices and nobody gives a shit about, but they always make such a big deal about when they put them in. And it's like this game looks fine, and I don't give a shit if I can see like Miles's facial stubble, No, I don't want to see the fucking thing, the fucking angel hair on people's faces, I don't want to
Yeah,
see every
but
pore on everybody's his body, a fucking
it's sort of like
texture is fine as long as you're actually as long as the rest of the game is good. But they spend so much time rendering like every solitary hair. Oh, stars.
I think it's sort of like how they bragged about how the fish react when you get into the water, or how the canines react realistically. They want to give you the biggest sense of realism as they can because of the
Yeah.
upgraded hardware.
I don't know who
Going from this
Allison.
console to that console.
I don't know who Allison Blair is, but I can say, hey, that these are three Tobacco Burst. I believe it's Tobacco Burst. 3 Tobacco Burst Stratocasters. They do have. Yeah, they have the correct amount of strings. They have their SSH, 2 single coils and a humbucker. They're all three hardtails, which is terrible. And they only have master volume and master
What about Master of Puppets?
yeah, they only have master volume and master tone control and no pickup selection, meaning that you have all 3 pickups engaged at the same time, most likely. Okay. And then
Ouch.
we have a Telecaster here which doesn't have the actually that's not a Telecaster, but it's clearly supposed to be a Telecaster, or with a stand with 2 single coils and a hardtail. These are usually hardtail. Also, that's not an issue. And yeah, that one actually has a pickup selector rendered on it. And so that's cool. I know about guitars.
Yes. Yes, you do.
But who the fuck is this on this $1 bill? That doesn't look like George Washington.
It's probably Norman. Or you know what? It's the
It
Joker.
kind of looks like Norman Osborn.
Maybe it's the Joker. He always wanted his face on the $1 bill.
Hey, I actually had this particular Dell computer. A long ass time ago. No, I didn't actually.
Is it one of those big fat monitors?
No, it's a big fat tower. Although this one has USB 3.0 ports on the front of it, so I definitely didn't have this version.
Jesus.
Okay, so now that I've given Zesty the cookbook, she can make things using 2 ingredients.
This thing has a tray loading. Let's see. Yeah, it has a floppy disk. It has 2 spots for floppy disks and USB 3.0 ports. It also has a slot loading disk drive and a tray loading disk drive. That's funny. Interesting.
Why does it have a floppy disk drive to begin with? Did he find the original port of Doom on PC?
Well, it doesn't have a floppy disk drive. It just has spots where a floppy disk can go.
No, even better. Or it had... No, it's Doom being run on a toaster, which you actually could run Doom on there.
Smart toasters. Ella's a decent match for you, but that hair, maybe wear a hat. Huh. Yeah. Trying to break into the Roxxon Corporation. Hey.
Oh boy. Well, now that I have a cookbook, I could make jelly ultras with it.
Why didn't that
Jelly Ultra?
Yeah, Rick Mason was Project Leave at for new form at Roxxon. Hang on. Can I go back? No?
Ooh. Super Luigi.
Trying to use my spider vision. Please don't
Scooter
sue us,
vision.
DC. This is in nowhere related to your detective vision.
Except it totes is.
Oh, somebody has a horrible degenerative disease, just like Dr. Octopus had, just like Norman Osborn had in The Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm going to be right back if I can get my goddamn chair to move. New, floor liner.
I'll be right back.
I need to get a snack. I need to get a new number of things.
I need a new chair.
All right. And believe me, these Jelly Ultras will come in handy very, very soon. Ultra Shroom. Jam and Jelly.
I'm back.
I'm gonna see what happens when I cook the dried bouquet.
Everything has a black and red aesthetic in this game. Not that I mind that. I did buy the Spider-Man. And
Oh my god!
I
It
did buy
actually
the-
turned into. Oh my god! It actually turned into something useful.
Yeah, I did buy the Spider-Man 2 PS5 for a reason. I like the black and red aesthetic. Also has this real nice look where the it looks like the symbiote is taking over the red on the controller and the system. Quite cool. I wanted to get the Spider-Man PS4 Pro, but that didn't wind up happening because that one kind of excuse me. You know, I don't think we really needed that, but it looked cool. So
Alex, do you feel like me doing a lot of the side questioning in this game, it might bog down the pacing of
eh,
of my playthrough of Thousand Year Door, or no?
I mean, if it's fun, you know.
It's all right. Like it actually gives more or meat to this game compared to the first one. Because with RPGs, you kind of want something extra to do.
I'm back.
Hello.
All right, so
What I
now
miss?
we've inserted the fourth crystal star. Which, by the way, Twilight Town on the Twilight Trail is actually where or the Amazy Daisies are. And if you remember from the first game, the Amazy Daisies give absurd amounts of experience points.
Do you have to buy weapons from Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
No.
Well, I forgot. It's from Sid.
I mean,
So now we got to go up to sea in this game's obligatory chapter 5, much like in the first game, only it's with ghosts.
oh yeah.
Alex.
As of a couple of hours ago, SAG-AFTRA members have approved a vote to strike against the video game industry, including Sony, Disney, Warner Brothers, Epic, Activision, and EA.
What for?
Don't know.
SAG-AFTRA. Why have I heard that name before?
Those are the guys who are currently on strike right now. Oh, well, one of the groups
Oh,
who are currently on
you know
strike.
what? It might be for the same thing.
Yeah, because, well, video game royalties have been a fucking bitch and a half. Have to deal with,
Oh,
apparently.
Yeah, don't get me started. I
Yeah.
heard some stuff about the person who made Ms. Pac-Man that Konami has been trying to fuck them over for years.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's all kinds of shit regarding that game. I'm just hoping they don't wind up delaying Spider-Man 2, because I bought a PS5 to stream that game because I wanted to play it. And that's why I'm rushing through this game when I hadn't previously looked at it before. Or I just
Well, now you have
let it sit
nothing
on my
left.
shelf.
Well, now
By the
you have
way,
nothing left except Spider-Man.
Yeah. They already
By the way-
see you! Dumbass!
I'm ruined. I have
Hey,
nothing left
Gizmo.
except Spider-Man. Sir, you still have PlayStation Plus. He humiliated me by reminding me of my old library. No, that joke would have been better.
Camo meter recharges while not in use. That's good. It's,
Mm.
safe to take this guy down.
What was that?
Oh no, I'm just using I'm figuring out how to use the active camouflage from Metal Gear Solid. Is that Gwen Stacy?
Hey, Gizmo, I got a
That
question
Gwen
for
Stacy
you.
with a bunch of koi swinging around her neck. What the fuck?
So, does me doing the side quests in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door kind of bog down my streaming of the game, or no?
No, I just don't think people want. I just don't think the dramatic, the way you're reading the dialogue suits well.
Plenty of people don't mind dramatic reading whenever other people do
Well,
it.
the occasional
Other.
dramatic reading is one thing, but we do have other stuff we're talking about at the time, so... Oh, shit.
Also, that's just asking for a Retsu Prey commentary.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
I
I
just
think there's
mostly...
them coming
I
here
just
right now.
mostly think that the dramatic reading thing is, kind of bogs down the rest of the pacing of the, story. Ow! The pacing of the rest of the show, so, you know.
I don't mind dramatic readings, but there's a time and place.
Well, anyway, we got ourselves a pirate ship. Yep, arg.
Well, I'm aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Oh, that guy.
We will find
That guy on the far
everything
right.
that we're looking for.
That guy on the bow of the ship is totally not sus at all.
Did you say dreams?
Yes.
I guess you could say that the crew is dreaming.
Yeah. We're literally
tell-
going to a pirate themed chapter.
Just gotta tell Luffy to don't give it up.
Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. No!
Have you guys ever seen Microsoft Sam singing the One Piece theme?
I have not.
Why?
You know what
It's
you know what I think would be really appreciated right now, Pete, is a spider sniper rifle.
Why? Hey, Spider-Man doesn't kill people.
Because none of these guys
Except for when he totally does.
Because none of these guys deserve to live.
Of course, Spider-Man kills. He's just a
Jesus,
Spider
tap
Punisher.
dancing Christ, my guy. Come on.
Spider-Man does kill. It's just he has 3 versions that do that instead. Spider
bullshit.
Punisher,
Mr.
Spider
Mustache
Punisher,
Man,
Spider
I know who
Carnage,
you are. You're one of the
Spider
best
Punisher.
party members in this game.
Ow.
It's Spider Punisher, Spider Carnage, and Spider-Man that decided to team up with Wolverine and only Wolverine in his entire life.
Remember that one time when... Remember that one time in that awful Spider-Man cartoon?
Which one? There are several.
The one that came out after Spectacular starring Drake Bell.
Oh, fucking Ultimate. And
there was an episode where he and Wolverine swapped bodies.
Oh, yeah, that was based on the one from the, that was based on the episode of the comics.
That's the actual thing that happened. I thought it was pretty funny, though, but just, they didn't pull it off as well in the cartoon. Especially since this version of Peter Parker isn't with Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Alex, this Bob-omb with a mustache is amazing.
He is
Look
the
on
best
my
character.
stream.
Oh, I know who he is. He is the best character.
No, you don't.
I've seen him before.
And, the
You
ending
actually
is
have
funnier.
seen Admiral Bobbery?
Yeah.
You know what's fun? Oh, excuse me. The ending
I swear it's going to be
is-
interesting for you to play this game, and then I'm just going to be like, oh dear, I'm going to be backseat gaming this whole time, aren't I?
Probably.
You know what?
I don't
episode where
like
they-
that prospect.
Yeah. Gizmo,
Hello,
what were you
Mr.
saying about
Bartender.
Spider-Man?
The episode where they swap bodies, the ending is funnier in the comics too.
Oh, yeah, where Mary Jane says maybe we should hold off on that stuff until we're older. And Peter's just like,
Yeah, but not only
what the fuck would Logan do?
Not just that though, but the fact that Spider-Man outright curses at the entire team, and like some of them are just like, why curse at me? I'm just standing here. I didn't do anything. I think it was Colossus. No, it was Colossus that did that. Like Spider-Man's outright cursing out the entire X-Men team, and they're just like taking it until he leaves. And Colossus is just like, why am I an ass? I'm just standing here.
Oh, yeah, they made Ultimate Colossus gay so they could put Kitty Pryde in Ultimate Peter Parker's harem, too. That was really weird.
It was really Ultimate was gay.
Yeah, Ultimate
I don't remember
Colossus. Ultimate Colossus was gay, yeah.
I thought he was only gay for Wolverine, not just outright gay.
No, oh, like they literally took him and Kitty Pryde and made them like just like a big brother kind of relationship. And like, whoa!
Huh.
God damn it!
I don't remember that. Who does he hook up with?
I don't even remember. I just remember her that. Go away, Genki. I just remember her that there was a whole thing about it back in the day.
I do remember there was an X-Men member that was outright gay, but I didn't think it was Colossus. Like,
Oh no. Well, there've been a
vaguely.
few that they've made gay, and by
Well, I know
made
that,
gay
but,
I
like,
mean
North,
made gay, like
yeah, like North, yeah,
Bobby
yeah, like North
Drake.
Star was. Oh, for fuck! I hate it when they literally turned Bobby gay. But North Star is like the first person that comes to mind when I think of gay X-Man character.
Yeah, and that was like written originally to be gay, and they
Yeah,
retconned it, and then they re-retconned it, and like that's fine. Like but
and they tried to make the.
The Bobby Drake shit was
Oh, I
borderline
hated that. They
borderline
turned him
creepy.
gay.
Like yeah,
They outright
turned.
turned him gay. It's like, oh, what if they made Iceman gay? And it's like, no, 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 you're not listening. They outright went up to Iceman, messed with his mind, and literally turned him from straight to gay. And
Like
that's when they.
yeah,
That's almost like
Kid Jean Grey, hey, came up to him and booped him on the head and flipped the gay switch, and then you know.
not even
Anyways,
flipped the gay switch. It outright like took his straight trophy and replaced it with a gay trophy.
yeah.
No, Gizmo. I think what they did was they showed Bobby Drake Ellen Page as a dude.
Ugh,
Or rather Elliot Page.
fucking.
God, the fucking X-Men shit can't keep anything straight. No pun intended.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go sail.
Eh,
So
I just got an email from Nippon Ichi. Yeah.
just now.
Yar har fiddle dee dee, being a pirate is alright with me. Do what you want, cause a pirate lives free. You are a pirate. You
At
are a
that point,
pirate.
at this
Let's
point,
see
that
here.
refers to everybody, considering how streaming services are turning into bullshit.
Let's see here. Here. Okay, yeah. So this actually I didn't just get it. I got it earlier. Or I just didn't check my email till now. Also, Nippon Ichi
Chapter
announced
5.
The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered,
Key to pirate.
coming in 2024 to PS4, PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Considering
Repeat
it's
that title?
The Legend of Legacy. Yes, I know. It's a very strange title. Well, the fact that it's a Nippon Ichi release is gonna put a damper on any enthusiasm I might have, because Nippon Ichi has a tendency to fuck things up.
Sounds like Beyond the Beyond.
Yeah,
Beyond
that's an
the
actual
Beyonder?
thing too. That's an
No,
actual
well,
thing too.
Yeah, no, not Beyond the
Month
Beyonder.
Star Day X Note.
There's a PlayStation game that I think it's an RPG that has the title Beyond the Beyond.
Yeah, it is an
Not Beyond the
RPG.
Beyonder. Okay, cool. So it's still weird, man.
Yeah. Let's see
It's
here.
like the phalanx.
Published in
It's like the phalanx effect.
1995.
I only got a few
First
characters out of
RPG
one mod.
available in the West for the PlayStation. Designed by manga artist Ami Shibata. Don't know who that is.
Alex, you pronounced it wrong. It's manga.
I know.
Manga! Which
Yes.
is how Manga Entertainment pronounces it in the
Yeah, pronounced it back when they were doing their original promotional stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Like what's not manga, it's manga. The growling and the yelling is necessary.
Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night because I have stuff I gotta do.
Well,
So
then
I'll
I'm
see you
gonna say.
guys.
Well, as soon as I save, I'm gonna save. I'll after this cutscene plays out, I'm gonna save and then I'll call it.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty then.
Oh, by the way, the Potoboos are now ghosts. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, and that guy that looks that totally doesn't look like an X Not is actually an X Not. You want to know the worst part? This
No.
game knows that you can see through the disguise, and the guy and Lord Crump's like, "Hey, you behind the TV. I know you know who I am, but you don't go and tell anybody else."
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh,
Like,
oh
what?
yeah, I have to bring something up here. So
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't see this, Gizmo. A
What's
ransomware
up?
group claims to have breached all Sony systems, which would be the second or third major hack. Probably be like the third major security breach. Probably more like fourth or fifth,
I
honestly. The
I
major
just heard
security
about
breach in
that.
Sony history. Yeah. Ransomware
I
group
forgot about that.
Ransom.vc claims to have successfully breached Sony Group and is threatening to sell a cache of data stolen from the Japanese company. I'm hoping they just do that because like Sony can go fuck themselves, but you know, if I get
Yeah.
caught
At
up in
this
that
point, I
shit,
don't feel sorry for them
if
anymore.
I get caught up in that shit, and you know, I'll probably I'll probably eat those words, but you know, no, Sony can go fuck themselves. While it remains unverified, Cybersecurity Connect reports that the relative ransomware newcomer has racked up an impressive amount of victims since bursting onto the scene last month. We have successfully compromised, spelling is correct, all of Sony's systems.
Compromised.
The group compromised is what they said. The group claimed on both Clear and Darknet. We won't ransom them, we will sell the data. Due to Sony not wanting to pay, data is for sale. Oh, so they are apparently selling this data. Although, what they have is entirely up for debate. Sony, last time something like this happened, Sony, he had a bunch of different class action lawsuits to settle and
Yeah.
wound up giving away a bunch of money and free games as a result, and
Yeah.
claiming they were
I
going to
remember
shore
that.
up claiming they were going to shore up their security, but then they had the other big hack that happened, and that didn't happen. There's a reason why the leaks channel in one of my servers that I'm in is titled Security by Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's use our new Crystal Star move, Art Attack.
At this point, I don't really feel sorry for Sony because of all the shit they've been doing.
Yeah.
From turning their backs on fans, from almost removing legacy content, to like preventing Japanese anything from coming onto their consoles.
Yeah.
It's
The
like,
company
no,
can
this
go
is
fuck
karma.
themselves, really.
This is
like
karma.
they're indirectly responsible for the death of Michael Jackson, and then
Yes.
possibly directly responsible, depending on how charitable you want to be with your interpretation.
They never once tried to support Michael Jackson in his lawsuit.
No, that was because they wanted his music catalog. Like, legitimately, Sony Music was livid when they found out that he'd purchased half of their publishing thing, and they tried to screw him on Invincible.
Oh,
all right, saving, and now we're done. Next time on Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, we will explore more of Keel Hall Key.
But I don't want
So,
to.
see you then. Bye.
Bye.